Yeah. One less lonely mind. I was feeling your vibe and your energy, no lie. One of a kind. I was trying to decide if I should really stay another night. Yeah.
Right, just gonna clap to sync real quick. Alrighty, y'all. Yo. Welcome back to the Blueprint Podcast, where we put y'all on game, off wax, no caps, on wax.
Oh, he did it.
On wax.
I'm so proud.
I'm proud.
Yes, thank
It's
you.
been like 14 episodes.
Is that how we do it?
I know,
We're snapping?
Yeah,
we snap on
sure.
We say on
Snap,
wax, everybody
alright.
snap.
Got you.
Yeah, okay, that was a real proud moment for me. But of course, you know, it's
He's like, I
You've been
peaked.
doing it for a year.
He's like, I peaked. I'm done.
yeah, it's just true. All right, well, hey, it's us. It's your favorite three from the Blueprint. You know, we got me, JK. We got the vampire of the night himself, Stu J the Vamp, and we got my boy, the Teflon Don, Jimmy Teflon.
Special, yes.
Yes, and that's what we're gonna get to. So this is a very it's gonna be a very fantastic episode, of course, because we got not just one, not
just
two.
who?
We got three guests. And I'm gonna let them introduce themselves like separately, but as a whole, these are our boys, the Castaways.
The Castaway.
Thank you.
What's
Thanks,
your
sir.
names?
Glad to be here.
Thank you for having us. Yes,
today.
this is your first favorite three, and we'll be your second favorite three today.
For
tonight.
tonight. For tonight.
But yeah, we're the Castaways out of Lake Tahoe. I'm OD.
I'm Young Sins.
Yep.
And Kasper.
And
Yep.
I was gonna say, if y'all want to tell them your real names too, that works.
Nah, that's cool. that is our real
If
name.
you want
That is
to
our real name.
tell
No,
us
no,
your social security
yeah,
real quick,
yeah, hey,
let's
chill.
go too.
Yeah, my address.
Oh yeah, that's not.
What's
let's
your
not
routing
disclose
number
that.
for your bank account?
That's actually going to be 0685.
Yeah, but that's OD's like routing number. He's giving the complete
Yeah, it
other
is
person's
obvious.
number.
Yeah.
But how are y'all, man? I haven't. For me personally, I haven't gotten a chance to just talk to y'all like this. Obviously not in a setting like this, but just talk to y'all, just to chop it up to see how y'all doing. But thank y'all for coming on.
Yeah, appreciate
Thank
you
you,
guys.
bro, for real.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome.
Oh, dude, we appreciate
No,
that.
It's just going to be
appreciate
fun.
I know it's not easy coming from freaking South Lake Tahoe all the way to here, doing the back and forth thing. That's one of the questions I want to
Yeah.
ask later.
Yeah,
Most people won't travel
yeah.
as much as you guys do.
It's
just
not
for
as bad as you think it is.
It's-
And it's North Lake Tahoe.
Yeah, it's North
We
Lake.
got
It's not
beef
South
with
Lake.
South Lake
It's a little
Tahoe.
better.
Why was everybody telling me South?
South
I
Lake
don't
Tahoe ain't shit.
Oh, shit.
Fuck
Okay.
is wrong with South?
I'm just kidding. Shout out South Lake Tahoe.
Shout out South
Y'all
Lake.
got a
We
great
don't want-
nightlife.
Yeah, we don't want
But
beef.
yeah, you were saying how we're doing. The first thing that came to mind is just like this winter's been crazy up there. Just trying to
Facts.
like navigate the snow. We had the biggest December ever.
It's at
yeah.
17
And we had the
feet,
driest
something like that.
January ever right
Yeah,
after.
Yeah.
I mean, I was about to say, like, down here, we got some snow. But
Yeah.
y'all
So-
got some else.
Yeah, I mean we lost our power for a few days.
Jesus.
Just surviving, you know.
I had to eat
Yeah, and
somebody.
y'all had that fire shit going on too.
We had the
right?
fire in the summer, so yeah, I was evacuated for a couple weeks in the summer.
So do you guys
Crazy.
live together?
Nah, we don't right
No.
now, but that's the plan.
That's
for
one
sure.
of the next moves,
Okay.
Yeah.
That actually was a question I also had as well. I mean, I know y'all don't live with each other, but I was gonna say, is that a plan in the future?
Nah, for sure.
Most
for
definitely, yeah.
Yeah, we gonna have our own little castaway oasis.
Oh shit! Well, I better get that first invite, dude.
Sure. Yeah, hopefully it'll be out here, so we ain't gotta make the
Yeah.
trek all
Yeah,
the time.
facts, yeah.
Okay, so it's weird because there's not a lot of like rap groups around here. So it's like, and you guys been doing it for a minute. So like, how'd y'all get together? How'd y'all start? When were y'all like, okay, let's be a group instead of just being solo artists? Because there's like a million solo artists.
That's a lot of
Yeah.
questions
Yeah.
at once.
I know, but it's all gonna feed into itself.
No, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Tell us your
actually,
story.
Whatever you wanna
Evan was the first one to be writing and
Yeah.
spitting when we were younger. And I remember I didn't really like get it. I was like, I love hip hop music, but I ain't got it. And then we all went through our own personal like little down lows in high school, and we all started writing from there. Because I was like, if he writes for therapy, maybe I could write for therapy. So I remember writing my first song, and it was pretty much trash. But I remember I was like, man, this is dope. So ever since then, we've been writing, and that must have been like freshman or sophomore year for me. He was writing.
I feel like it was like even before that too, because like I've known these guys like my entire life, you know what I mean?
since kindergarten.
Like, which is the crazy part. When you tell people that, they're like, holy shit, like you guys are 23,
I would say
you
my
know,
thoughts
22.
exactly. I was like,
Like
damn.
you guys know, you know what I mean? So, I mean, me and him have always been like really good childhood buddies, and then me and Owen started becoming like really good friends in middle school through like Wu-Tang Clan. We were both like listening to it and shit, and fucking he was in English class, and I'm like, you listening to Wu-Tang right now? He's like, yeah, bro, Cream get the money. And I'm like, what? And ever since then, it's crazy. You know what I mean? So, like, it's dope to, like, see, like, the evolution of, like, you know, where we come from, because it really was like kind of a slow start. Like I wasn't really even rapping like at first, you know what I mean? I was more or less
poetry,
I was more or less just writing poetry because I was hella sad. You know what I mean? There's all the time I was just fucking down bad. So I would just be like,
you giggle when you say it's kind of sad.
because what did darkness in my eyes, the night, you know what I mean? So
Oh my god.
and then I brought it to them because I had wrote like my first song ever. And they were like, yo, this is fucking dope.
We just followed through.
And then, like,
it was one summer we were like, yo, we need to get recording equipment. I was like, I
Facts.
ain't got the sauce. I'm
Wait,
like,
so y'all three just literally said, hey, let's just do
there was
something
one
together.
day, where
Okay.
we were finally
Yeah,
like, yo,
I was
we need
a
to
I was
go
a
the
little
next-
later.
We were like, we need to go to the next step. So we just worked all summer like we
Okay.
always did, but saved up our money, bought a little in-home studio with a like snowball mic. The first
that was
mic
all Luke,
everyone
though.
gets.
That was all Luke.
And
Like,
then we all were recording off like a fucking Chromebook, which you couldn't even download any like real applications except one and a snowball mic. But then ever since then, we just were always doing it in house, and we were always a family first before we were a rap group. So it was almost
Yeah.
natural that we became a group.
So OD saying it was Young Sins first, then you.
Yeah, I feel like I came a little later just because I wasn't like super comfortable recording at first.
Oh, I don't think nobody is, man.
Yeah, for sure. But like watching these guys do it, and they even put out like some songs without me, and I was like, I gotta be a part of this. Like,
And
it
actually,
was meant to be.
his very first song is our biggest song.
that's
So
what I was
the
about to
very
say.
first song he recorded on
Yeah.
was with Sins, and it just like blew up on SoundCloud back in the day. Like all
Yeah.
their stuff back in the day would get like 1,000 to 2,000 plays, but then this one got like 23,000 plays, and I was all like, "Yo,"
whoa.
I'm like, I must be doing it wrong.
And we go to
I'm
a
like,
school.
Owen just
yeah.
jumped on this track and got us popping.
And we go to a school with like 500 kids, so the 20,000 to us was like,
literally.
300 kids.
yeah.
So did y'all? What school y'all go to? Like North
Tahoe.
North Tahoe,
North
High.
Tahoe High School.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to North Tahoe, man. I don't know y'all like that. But
2017
I guess.
graduates.
All right, let's
I got
go,
kicked
dude.
out, so.
Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah,
That's
he
another
graduated
story.
somewhere else.
That's
Yeah, shout out to the continuation
yeah,
schools.
yeah,
out
they
there.
doing people right
They
out
paved
there.
the way for kids like me.
They doing people right out there.
Yeah, Jimmy's snapping over there too for the continuation.
Bro, you know how many continuation schools I've been to?
Hey man, continuation
Hey, if you
school
make it
changed
through
my
that
life.
though, I mean that's just as good.
I mean, I dropped out.
I'm
but, you know.
ignorant to that. What is that?
Oh my.
So it's like when you get kicked out of a school, the rest of the school district don't want you, so they just
Yep.
put you
Yeah.
in the fucking.
Again, Stu,
okay,
you wouldn't know
yeah,
about
yeah,
that
yeah.
because you
So-
didn't get
Or if you
kicked out
got in
like that.
trouble.
So the crazy thing about my continuation school, it was like a probation school too, but I wasn't on
Yeah.
probation. I was just like a bad kid.
Oh, so you were along with the
We
other
got
guys.
in
Yeah, so
trouble.
every day I had to wear a green jumpsuit to high school, bro.
Oh,
And
they
there
had
was
you like
Shit
that.
sounds like
there was
prison.
10 kids in my whole class, bro.
And
But low key, that was the best thing to happen to me because I was like out of high school, not with like fucking around. I was totally focused on like making music.
and
and,
that's
like,
like when the
shit
first
like that.
serious years started.
Yep.
Jesus. Oh man. Well, I mean, hey, I just learned something. But I mean, I knew about continuation schools, but I didn't know they were like that. Especially like
Just
yours.
that one.
Jesus.
I don't really
And
know
it's
if I
Tahoe.
like
That one's
that.
pretty
my
good
God.
too, though. Actually.
And it's like in Tahoe, there's only like 2 main high schools, 3 main high schools. So if you
So
get kicked
south
out of
north.
one, and then they recommend the other ones to not take you in, they're like, oh,
Yeah.
snap of the finger, send them to
I
continuation.
almost had to come out here for school.
You sound like
So
an
that's-
outside
that's-
prison.
That's,
Yeah,
that's
that's
why I
exactly
went
what it
to.
sounds
That's why I went to Sparks because I got kicked out of Spanish Springs for selling guns.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
Sparks is like that.
I mean, Sparks does bring in kids. Like Sparks is like that last gap stop before you go
We were?
to a continuation
I
school.
thought we were.
Nah, because I went to I went to
DJ just
a
mind-blowed.
continuation school
He
in middle
just didn't see
school.
these things.
No, I knew we were bad. I mean,
Yeah,
we fight all the time.
we're
but, like-
pretty. I mean,
No, yeah, I went to a
we're bad. We're just,
continuation
like I
school
said.
because I fought my teacher and I won. By the
oh,
way,
you was bad,
And
bad.
he won.
And
Just
I
want
won.
that to
He's
be
proud of
known.
that.
What's his name? What's that teacher's
Mr.
name?
Rincon, you bitch ass motherfucker.
Yeah, fuck, Mister.
What's up,
Teflon
baby?
1, teacher
Stupid.
0,
Right.
bitch.
Okay.
Jesus.
No, yeah, and then
All right, continue.
no, yeah, I went to continuation school. It was over on Greg Street, like by Wells and shit. I forget what it was, but it was kind of like the one you had. But they didn't put us in no jumpsuits.
I
bro.
know, it was kind of bogus now that I think about it. I'm like,
No,
what
it
were we
is. I was
doing?
like, why they
That's
put
weird.
like that's a bad way to like try to bring up youth. Like you're showing them a
It
good
is,
example
yeah.
of going to prison. I'm like, well, I mean,
They definitely were like.
For me, it worked though.
Example.
For me, it worked. I was like, I don't want to be here. I'm gonna just not talk to no one, get my shit together. I actually graduated a year early from that
Yeah.
school.
nice. Dude.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out
really
to
nice.
continuation school.
Shout out that boy. Have Mike DePew. Yeah, thank you.
Did you have like the police patting you down and shit too?
Oh yeah, every day.
Yeah, that was they done put me
Metal
in no
detectors and
jumpsuit,
everything
though.
too.
No,
Yeah,
metal
detector.
What, they
that-
put chains on you when you come in, or what?
Yeah, they might as well. You're just like, hey,
They make you go outside of mine.
it's like, hey, I'm ready for lunch.
No,
so,
yeah.
so speaking of school, obviously, y'all, like, you weren't in the same school for that long, but did y'all like perform anything during school
That's
or
cool.
not?
Back in high school, I
Back in
think
school.
there was only one performance we did,
Yeah.
and it was a suicide awareness foundation. So that was actually a really
That was
good.
fun. Yeah.
It was a good cause for our first performance, and we got a lot of love.
Awareness.
Yeah, if you were having an issue and you don't feel okay, reach out to someone that you love.
Thanks.
See,
They
I
love
actually
you
remember
back.
that because I wasn't on stage with these boys, but it was really motivating to me for sure.
And then after that, we actually, the first time we started getting placements for places is because Owen started branching out online to all the people, and they finally were like, okay, so let's get it done. And we think our first show was with Andre Nicotina.
yeah.
I think that's where we met
In
Stu,
March.
if I'm not mistaken, at
Wait,
one
was
of the
that
shows.
down here.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
down here.
at Jub
Oh,
Jubs.
shit.
So all of our
It wa-
shows, and that must have been like 2019.
Yeah, yeah.
So like right before we had all the COVID and all that, we got
yeah.
like 4 shows in. So
Yeah.
we got a little bit of training.
Yeah.
And then since then, after COVID, we've been invited by a few people, which
Okay.
we really appreciate.
But
Shout out
how was
Bozzy.
COVID?
Shout out Trestone.
So before you get to that, so obviously that can again, I'm kind of just walking everybody who's listening and that continuation
For sure.
So like obviously you did the school thing. What kind of brought y'all down here to that first show you guys were talking about? Like how did y'all end up coming down here?
Yeah, so like he said, I was in college in Napa Valley, and I wasn't with these guys. I had a lot of time in my hands, so I was just like hitting up promoters. I got in touch with Dan Hubbard of One Vision, and yeah, that's how we got our first show. We sold tickets for them, and yeah, ever since then, Reno showed us a lot of love at that show. We met a lot of cool artists.
Facts.
So ever since then, we really just been coming back.
You got next
Okay,
question?
now you want me to ask? Okay, so I wanted to ask because you guys live in North Tahoe.
North
How-
Tahoe.
Yeet.
Okay.
North Tahoe.
Tahoe.
To clarify on that one, it's like, okay, how weird was like 2020 then? Dealing with COVID and everything, since you guys do travel.
I felt
Bruh.
mad comfortable.
Bruh, I
I've
swear to
been-
God, hold up.
Taking my step away from the masses for a while now. I felt comfortable. in
Bro, I'm
COVID.
telling you, I
got
swear
better.
to God, I got this shit before like it was even announced, and no conspiracy shit. I thought I was gonna die.
Fucking patient zero.
I thought I was going to die.
He kissed the guy with
I-
the one that ate the
Yeah,
bat.
yeah,
Evan
no.
ate the bat.
Yeah,
They were there, like that one guy in
was so
California.
fucked up, bro.
It sucked though. It really
Yeah,
sucked
it
because
did,
we were
yeah.
starting to do shows. We were really starting to
and
get
like
the
yeah,
ball.
our
That was
momentum. It felt like our momentum.
That was the
rolling.
one super lame part was the shows. But besides that, we still were networking.
Trying to
We were
work
getting
as hard
our
as we
jobs
could.
done. We were getting money.
We put
we
out
were
more
getting
music.
healthy.
Exactly.
See, because that's
Yeah.
the weird thing. Because I know in 2020 for me, it's like I got bigger because of the COVID stuff.
For sure.
But
Yeah.
Ups
you
and
guys,
downs.
you guys do the traveling, right? Because you guys come down here. So
Right.
how is that different?
Yeah.
So it was like a setback for you guys.
For
right?
sure.
Yeah.
In that aspect,
Yeah.
but like
in the shows for sure.
it enabled us to focus more on just our music
The
and
creative
stuff.
part of it.
It kind of, and that's where this album came from that we're dropping soon.
How many tracks?
9
9.
tracks. 3 singles each.
Yeah.
We never done
It's
it.
not an
Yeah.
album. It's a
It's a
mixtape.
He goes,
Mixtape. My bad. My
It's
bad.
like
We're gonna
there's
get
3
to
of
that.
y'all.
Yeah, it's a
Like 30 songs
mixtape.
on
That's
that.
3. I need
45.
30. It's 30 songs.
Yeah, it's a mixtape, so it
Yeah.
only got 9 tracks, but it's 3, 3, and 3. That's the title, and it's 3 singles from each one of us.
Some
so
of
you
our
get a
best work.
taste.
Some of our best work.
It's an angel number.
Yeah, that's biblical, right?
Yeah.
It's like opposing to the.
We
mark
be
of the
seeing
beast.
it everywhere.
Oh, you about to pull out the casting couch.
Oh shit, baby. So what's up, girl?
But yeah, also from like one of your first questions to bring it back, it was like he started rapping, I started rapping shortly after, and Owen started rapping too. And then after the year we got all the equipment, we started seeing potential. And it's like Tahoe's such a small scene though, so it was like just pure belief. No one liked us.
Well,
They were
yeah,
like,
nah,
they
hold
were
on.
like, man, what the fuck are these kids trying to do? But it was like we just kept on going for it, and then we decided one day that we wanted to just come up with a name that resembles how we feel growing up in a place like that.
Oh, I was about to get
called
that too.
It was called Castaways. Because also I was looking up words that were like that, like all these different ones, and Castaways just fit because it was like we didn't really fit in with everyone up there. It was still a loving community. Like I couldn't wish
Yeah,
for
still
much
shout out.
better.
Yeah,
Living
shout out
in
to all the
nature,
way.
It's beautiful out there. But besides that, it's like we just didn't really fit in. It was like I was too this to be that and too that to be this. So I just fell on these guidelines, and everyone has this perception of you when you're younger.
Well, and especially if you grow up
So
in
we
a
went with
very,
Castaways.
if you grow up in a very small place, you know what I mean. It's like I talk to other people that have, grew up in, I don't know, just like a small town. You know what I mean? And like, no matter what you seem to do, it's not always. It's just like resentful hate. It's just like. No one can really see like where you're going or like why you would be doing that.
I feel
you know
like
what
most
I mean?
of Tahoe is just like an older generation as well.
That
For
too.
sure,
Well,
yeah.
and
for
if you're
sure,
not
yeah.
doing
like skiing,
adventure sports,
Yeah.
like skiing,
Yeah, 'cause
running,
that's- 'cause that's what Tahoe's
cross
about.
country, then it's like it was like right when I stopped playing lacrosse, people like stopped talking to me. They were like, "All right, oh, this kid just is gonna be a drug dealer."
Yeah.
You seem like
You
a
know?
lacrosse guy.
But
He
it
was
was
good, too.
like, but how I said, it was like I couldn't have wished for much better.
Yeah.
I would not rather live in that community than where my dad grew up in. So it's like,
did all three of you grow up in Incline?
no.
No.
So I actually grew up in Kings Beach, California.
Oh shit.
and then
okay.
me and Owen grew up in Tahoma.
But I live in Incline now, and that's like where one of our little home studios is.
How do you
Yeah.
afford that?
How
the fuck?
I still live with my mom.
There you go.
Hey,
Proud to
with
say,
pride,
proud
man.
to say,
Yeah.
proud to
Pride.
say. Come on.
And I'm
With
investing
pride.
and almost out for all you young single ladies
I'm
out
staying
there.
in Incline, bro.
Oh, ooh.
Incline is such a nice place.
It
man.
is a
For
nice
real,
place,
it's
yeah.
crazy. The rent
Anything to
anywhere,
gym.
the rent
Yeah.
anywhere,
It's ridiculous.
in the Tahoe,
Anywhere you go.
even Reno Basin is getting more expensive.
Yeah.
But in Tahoe,
Yeah.
you could get a 1-bedroom studio apartment, 16 by 20 feet, and it would have $1,200 for rent.
I'm telling you,
Fuck
bro.
that.
I'm living with my girlfriend right now. We pay almost 22 for a 400 square foot
Yeah.
1-bedroom apartment.
Fuck
Damn,
that.
I
that's
have
New
two
York
animals.
money, bro.
I have
crazy.
two animals.
It's really crazy.
yeah,
Bro,
big
What about
flexing.
you? What are you paying?
We live in Tahoe.
Yeah,
we
no,
live
I
in
live-
the Tahoe Keys.
I live with my girlfriend and a roommate, and it's 1,900. It's not bad. I mean, for me,
I like
that's
how we
not
just went, all
bad.
right, where you live? Address.
Address now. Address. I need IDs.
It's
Well,
not
Social
bad.
Security, too.
But like you said, it's like an older community in Tahoe, so like
Yeah.
a lot of the housing up there is getting bought up by these rich people, which
Yeah.
leaves people like us that work nowhere to live. It's crazy.
Yeah, because I used to go up to because Incline, that's North Tahoe, right? Am I tripping?
Yeah.
Kinda.
Okay, so yeah, I used to go up to Incline a lot because my old job, I worked at 1-800. So we would go up there a lot and do junk jobs and shit.
sure.
I remember seeing all the houses, bro. I'm like, I would love to live here. I look at the rent
Crazy.
price, I'm like, man, I can't live here.
Yeah, right?
Well, it's
I can't
funny
do it.
too, because like most of the people that come up and then they see like the big houses, or not even like the big houses, like the nicer ones. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Those are like the ones that are fucking crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
like,
then you
what's
go to
that
the
one-
back streets, and then
Yeah.
you're like, oh, okay, I could probably live here.
Yeah. There's this one house that I always passed. It was like fucking. It was literally built on the side of a fucking hill, right?
Yeah.
Fucking fat ass mansion. I'm like, bro, it's the bat cave.
Crazy.
I'm like, I don't-
Some of those
Probably like
some of those,
right the entrance of Lakeshore.
Bruh, some of those motherfuckers
Probably.
do have the
Yeah.
back cave out there. I think what Mark Zuckerberg's house is in Incline.
Yeah.
I
Jesus.
can't confirm that.
I don't know, but it's
Yeah.
I mean, I know for a fact that Jeremy Renner, the dude who
Got
plays
the back
Hawkeye,
cave
lives
out
up
there.
there. I know that for a fact.
You do know that?
Yeah, I do know that.
Hey, when I
Jeremy
get
Renner?
when
Maybe I served him at Rayleigh's.
You
The
might have.
other day,
You might
I
have.
served the Pawn Stars owner's son.
nah. Chun Li.
Well,
No, the friend.
well, the reason that I know is because like when I worked at my previous job, CarMax, I signed his papers for his Raptor,
Damn.
and he was
Damn.
he lived. It said like I'm pretty sure it said Incline. But I can't
Hey.
Hey, that boy bought a Raptor.
Interesting.
You got a Raptor. Well, if he ever watches, he's like, that
Yeah.
motherfucker just ratted me out.
Yeah. But to go back to something Stu was saying earlier, he said there's like very few rappers out in Reno.
That are
Like-
in groups.
Oh, in groups. Okay, that makes sense.
Well-
But in Tahoe, there's very few rappers, period.
In general.
So I feel like us like growing a connection together actually helped us navigate through the game a little bit, just because being solo in Tahoe,
Oh, I bet.
it's hard to like find motivation and
Yeah.
shit. But like us three are always building each other up. I
Yeah.
think that's what forced us to grow out of Tahoe even a little bit.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it's probably better too because and I'm assuming right now. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't want to be mistaken, but in a place like Tahoe, sure you got your handful of rappers. You guys are as a group, and let alone you guys have quality studio engineering to
Right.
the music as well. A lot of these other cats are just doing this shit off their fucking Xbox, man.
Right.
Yeah.
And the fucking
the clip-on
lyrical,
mics, yeah.
miracle, spiritual.
Right.
And honestly, I think that the three of y'all like building this bond together, like basically the only rappers in Tahoe. Like, correct us if we're wrong here too. Like, I don't know if there's anybody else in Tahoe rapping right now besides y'all.
I don't
Not
think
that's
there's a few.
doing it like us
Yeah.
consistently.
Okay, so
yeah.
that's what I
Nah,
thought,
but there's
yeah.
a few.
There's a few for sure.
You're like, yeah, I keep
I
tabs. I
don't.
know who that fucker
I don't
is.
know any groups though. Like,
Well, there's not how he said. There's not a lot of groups in general.
There's
but
like one out
it's
of
like
the ones that I
honestly,
know of,
but Tahoe
Monster Squad.
gave us our sauce too. Like
Yeah,
that's
we have
true.
like this unpredictable element
Yeah.
that we got sauced up in Tahoe. Like there's not like in Tahoe, the kids we grew up with, half of them are gonna be some of the most well-off, richest people you'll ever meet, and then half of the other ones are the poorest people you'll ever meet
But
because we're living in Tahoe.
Yeah.
it's a mix.
But you would never expect that. People don't think that.
Well, I mean-
Everyone's first image is the Tahoe Keys and like Godfather and people living in these crazy houses.
Listen, all I think about when I think of Tahoe is just rich folks. So when I met y'all, and I've also known people who have family there too.
Yeah.
I've
Like,
seen.
oh, y'all balling.
I've seen the back end of Tahoe, like
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
you don't see, and that's why like I respect the hell out of the three of y'all for being able to come down here like all
Appreciate
the
it.
time
Oh,
and
yeah.
work with a lot of artists here. And yeah, y'all do come off with like your own like kind of swagger that's different from everybody else. I don't find it as a negative.
Yeah.
For me, I find it as like it's definitely like something very like positive that y'all bring in that confidence and that energy because y'all don't have anybody around y'all up there who are gonna like say like, oh, like why y'all coming off at it? Y'all gotta bring it on your own.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you,
That's your
bro.
own thing.
Thank you.
I
And y'all
definitely
are willing
respect
to
that.
experiment as a group and as your own entities
Yep.
and still like be like, yo, we're still the castaways. We're not
Yeah.
just splitting off.
And all three,
Yeah.
of you motherfuckers are your own critiques too. Like y'all could say,
Yep.
like, oh,
Well,
cat,
and
cat,
all the
push
way.
each
cat.
other. So it's
Yeah.
like if there's a month where I don't write anything and we're all just working and stuff, and then all of a sudden OD hits me up and he's all like, "Yo, I just wrote the hottest verse in my life." He'll show it to me. I'll be like, I'll all of a sudden be like, "Yo, I'm slacking."
That puts
Like
you
I
Both
need,
of
it
us.
puts the fire
Both of
under
us.
my ass, and then I write it, and then we go and see Evan the next day, and we show Evan, and then he's all like, "Yo, what the fuck?" So then he has to fit into like even if it's not his favorite beat or whatever, he's still gonna sit there and be like, "Oh, y'all think you can bar off?"
Yeah.
So we always have this like inner friendly competition too, where it's like, okay, you think you got the hot verse, but I'm gonna come with some sauce, and then sometimes we'll even rewrite something. I'll come with something,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they'll come hella hot, and I'll be like, "Yo, what the fuck?" They
so it's got to be challenging
Except-
though as a group though,
Yeah.
deciding what the creative outlet is, right? Deciding
For
the
sure.
beat, things like that.
It could be.
Because I could
Yeah.
never be in a group. I'll tell you right now. If
Straight.
me and Stu were in a group, we'd probably fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
See,
And we
that's where
never
that
talked to
Tahoe
each other.
swagger comes in.
Yeah.
We're so laid back on everything.
Yeah.
And we're-
Also,
See,
also,
and that's
since
what
we
I'm saying, too.
kind of started together,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
it was kind of like how he said they even got connected as friends when we were younger through Wu-Tang. So it's like even from the beginning we had similar interests and similar tastes. So it's like it kind of all just blended since we came up together. We all started rapping together. So it was like at first it was kind of, I feel like it was a little hard to find certain things that we could all go on
Yeah, 'cause y'all
because of
out
our
there, y'all.
skill level also at that
Okay.
time.
Oh, for sure.
But now it's like, if we go hang out with Bozzy, shout out Bozzy,
Shout out
makes
Bozzy.
everyone's
Shout out
music
Bozzy.
sound
Shout
like
out Bozzy.
crispy, clean, smoothness.
Not
Go
mine.
hit him
I'm
up
against
at
him. I'm
1-800. But besides
My
that,
guy.
nowadays it's like we could go and give him some money to make us a custom beat right there, and almost anything that we pick, even if Evan's the only one talking, we're probably all gonna just slam that shit to the, like just are so in tune together. It actually isn't that hard sometimes.
Yeah.
The hardest thing is getting together,
Oh yeah. Oh, I was about to
like making plans and making sure we all got the
Yeah.
day off.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever like lived together as a trio?
No,
no.
No.
Okay.
we have lived together, but not like in our own house.
okay. Okay.
So that will be coming soon.
Because that's a
Man, let's
definitely
pretend
different dynamic. Because again, it's so hard to maintain a group when everybody like again, all three of you guys have like strong personalities, your own style, your own vision,
Mhm.
and so when it's coming together,
Yeah.
it's like we all agree on this.
Have you-
That has to be
have-
extremely
have-
hard.
Have y'all like ever gotten into that one dispute that you're like, oh man,
And then y'all had to chill off each other for a minute.
Nah,
It
it's
has to
not.
have
Nah, it's
happened.
never
There
been
was
like
one.
that.
There was
You know
one
what?
time
And
actually
honestly,
where
I
I
can believe
feel.
that.
See, we almost do the democracy type stuff.
Yeah,
So
it's easy
like-
because there's 3, 2 versus 1. You know.
So sometimes one of us will feel a little like, we'll feel a little way, but we always drop it immediately. We're like, oh, we lost that vote. But like, I mean, there was one time where we had a homie that wanted to take pictures of us on stage, but we already had someone taking a video of us on stage. So I didn't want him up there, but it's our close homie. So they said they wanted him up there. And that was the only time where I felt like I was kind of being like, oh man, fuck this. Like, but we still let the homie go up there because I lost the vote.
Yeah.
We
So
gotta
it's like
do our-
by respecting that one
Yeah.
boundary is like that like saves us a lot of time on
Yep.
bullshit.
Has each of you had that moment? Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
We've all
that's
had
the
that
thi-
moment.
That's the
We've all had
thing.
that
It's
moment.
like
We
you
all
know,
get told no.
It's I don't ever feel like we've ever had like a thing where it's like
Too much swaying this way. Or
yeah,
that
or
way.
like where we're absolutely questioning like, do we really actually want to do this all together? You know what I mean?
No, yeah,
it's just
we in
always
tune.
been. It's always just been like a
It's a team.
little like, man, fuck this shit. And then like you said, we squash that, and then after that, we come back even harder and make like one of our best songs.
And it's only because we're all 3 so passionate about
Yeah.
what we do that it's like a sports team. Like sometimes we're all so in the zone that we're like forgetting to like say things in a nice way or whatever just because we're so focused on what we believe in. But at the end of the day, we all believe it the best for the group, so we trust that.
And it's like on a friendship level, how I was saying, I'm from Tahoe. I don't fit in there. I don't fit in here. It's like they're the only ones that understand me. It's like I swear I could like think someone understands me for a long time, and then they'll just say something, and I won't say nothing back. But right there, I'm like, that's why these two are my homeboys. These are my road dogs. You know what I mean? Because it's like
Facts,
I'll be sitting there hella annoyed with someone like, why the fuck would they say that? But it was because they're not my road dog. They understand me on a different level, like on that telepathy type deal where we don't really even have to talk.
So if y'all had came up as a group when you just like y'all weren't friends and you just met each other as music people and then became a group,
No.
do you think it would be strong?
Oh, probably not.
Yeah.
I think it might be strong in the sense of like maybe we're
It might
kind
be
of
more
like,
business savvy.
more business savvy. Yeah,
Well, we were just talking about that on the way over because wasn't Wu-Tang not like super close homies either?
Yeah, because that's what I was saying. One of the people we looked up to as a group was Wu-Tang, and
It
I was
mostly
watching a
started off with,
podcast.
like RZA and shit.
Right.
They just started
Yeah,
getting everybody
and there was
Yeah.
like a few separate groups of people that
Yeah,
were
and they-
closer than others, and they all
then they-
collaborated.
Well, yeah, then you had
Yeah.
Method Man. He was doing his own shit.
Yeah.
RZA was
Yeah.
trying to connect everybody, but it
which
was,
is super
It
respectable.
was Ghostface and fucking
Yezza, right?
no, Shaw. What's his fucking name? What's his goddamn rap name?
Raekwon, no.
Raekwon. Yeah, it was Ghostface killing Raekwon. Raekwon actually shot up Ghostface's crib
Jesus.
Jeez.
before they ever met because
Right.
you
and
know,
then those two were the ones that
must
met
have been one hell
Jizza
of
and
a
RZA.
conversation.
Well, fucking Ghostface was hella close with RZA, and RZA
Yep.
was hella close with fucking Raekwon. So he was homies with both of them, but at the same time, he also had the fucking, the Stockton, the fucking beefs and shit in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
You had Killer Hill, and there was another one, I forget what it was. It was pretty much blue caps and red caps, So it was just a bunch of drug game and shit.
I think people see right through that too, though. At the same time, because like you see groups that come together based off music. Like I think of YBN right off the top.
Yeah.
And you already see what happened to them.
They're
It's
done.
because they don't have that respect for one another. Like, if I'm going down, I'm going down with these two. You know what I mean? Like, and that's because I've been with them. I've been with this man when his dad died, when his brother died. Like, I'm not turning my back on him on no music shit. Like, it's deeper than that. So I think it is important that we grew a brotherhood
Yeah, you had
before.
life before that.
Yeah.
It wasn't like
That cuts deeper than music.
Yeah, because
even
it's
though
like
music is each
if,
one of our
if
passions.
y'all were just off of music friends, it'd be like, okay, he ain't working hard enough, or he's not
Right.
going the direction I
It's
want.
easier.
It's like, no, this is my brother here,
Exactly.
first most, and then he's
Yep.
an artist.
And that's the great thing, because
Yeah.
like, you might be like falling off of the music shit, or like, you know what I mean, you're going through a hard time or something like that, and like it's easy to get mad at like, okay, like I can't see him that much or blah 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 or whatever, you know what I mean. But it always falls back to like brotherhood, and it's like that's first, you know what I mean. So as long as we got that with each other, this music shit, piece of cake.
Yeah,
you know,
and
'cause we'll work together.
honestly, like, you know, just I could totally vouch for y'all too, because the times I've worked with y'all, like every time I see y'all, like y'all always like I could see that you guys have that bond with each other.
Yeah.
Like there's times where two of you are bagging on one, or one's bagging on two,
For sure.
and y'all just
Yeah.
going back and
Yeah.
forth. It's a very fun dynamic that y'all
Yeah.
have, and again I respect the fuck out of y'all, and that's why I wanted y'all on here in the first place, because
Thank you.
I
Yeah,
wanted
appreciate
y'all to like talk about that group dynamic. That
Yeah, that's what I was
like,
super curious about.
Again, like maybe like there's people out there that are maybe like thinking about maybe another 3 kids, you know, in
Yeah.
Tahoe wanting to become a group. You know, they could think about it like this in that sense too. But I mean, I think it's just perfect how y'all like again coexist with each other,
Yeah.
understand each other, and
Totally.
it's mainly because again y'all grew up with each other, and
Yeah.
that's probably builds the best.
It's
Super
important.
important.
for
It's
brothers.
important to make sure each one of us gets our due shine. Also,
Yeah.
like,
And like Nike, just do it.
right, like
But
we
for
don't.
real.
Yeah,
Owen, he went out and got us concerts because I was slacking on it. He asked me 3 different times, like, yo, when are we going to get concerts going? Like in 2018. I never jumped on it. He said, all right, fuck it. I'm just going to go and do it. And then he hit me up later and he's like, yo, we got a show. I was like, damn. Like, we got a fucking show. So it's like he pulled
He really
weight
pulled
when
that
I
weight.
wasn't,
does
you
that
know?
that
He
makes you
pulled-
want to go?
Yeah, he
too,
pulled
huh?
some weight when I wasn't, and I was like, man, I was slacking. I was like, I should have just been on that.
Yep.
So then I was like, okay, I got to do something. So then, and that's how it always works. We just drive each other. If one's down, we got 2 more stilts right behind us.
So Luke, I mean, I see you at the gym like all the time on Instagram. Is everybody
Shout
else
out,
in the
Luke.
gym too, or what?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
No,
Gym
no,
memberships.
Sis was like,
Since-
I am.
I'm chilling now. Huh?
He's
I am.
trying.
I am. Not,
Yeah.
I saw him
what
at the
do you
gym
mean?
I've been
last week.
working.
What do
You
you
know?
mean?
He came
I'm
with me
trying.
last week.
I haven't been seeing these boys.
He's been
too
going
much.
in.
Listen,
by myself.
He's been going in like
if
the
I-
last month.
By
Listen,
myself.
listen, if I don't see it on the Instagram story,
No.
dude, it ain't
Okay,
real.
It ain't real?
I know it ain't
Should I
real.
just-
no, based on
I'll
your
just text
connection, I
y'all.
know.
I'll
Actually,
just send y'all
every
videos.
single video is the same video that I post.
Yeah,
you know,
Brother
hey,
mine.
It
hey,
might be
hey,
right.
hey,
I know. I swear to God,
I just
I
post
had
the
this-
same
it's
shit.
just-
I actually don't even work out. I go
Hold
in
on,
there
I had
and just
this
rub
theory.
some water
That's what I was
on my
about to say.
face.
I have
we
this
had
theory.
conversation about that too.
That's the theory, bro. He just goes in there. He goes in the fucking locker room, rubs water in, and just goes.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, we
really
literally,
good,
we
guys.
literally had.
I walked around and talked to at least 4 people just so there's proof I was there.
This motherfucker just out here just spraying bottles and just wiping himself like,
Yeah.
shit, I'm done.
Yeah, facts.
See, that posting on the stories like kills my motivation because I'll have a good pump. Take the picture with the shirt off. I'm like, all right, I'm done. And then like I'll go like 2 months good straight, and then start taking too many pictures. I'm like, okay, then I'm off for 3 months, and I'm like, oh, I'm fucking up. Got to get back on.
That's why you don't
7
post the
months.
gym.
You know
I
what?
know. I don't want to post anymore.
No,
I
you-
just
Yeah.
want to just like.
You know
I'm
what's
on that
funny?
vibe. I don't post
So
the
like a
gym.
lot of people when they work out, they're on like a real strict regimen. They
Yeah.
weigh themselves every other day.
Oh, not me,
that
yeah.
shit stresses me out.
Yeah,
It like
can't
it
do
does
that.
the opposite to me. It makes me want to. I'm like I don't want to know that much. So I just go with my normal routine that I go to.
Just do the
I
work.
up it. Sometimes I go harder. Sometimes I go to a
less.
chill day.
Yeah.
I go and try legs these days. I just always mix it up. But then
As long as you do the
that
work.
little
yeah.
picture that I do on Snapchat
just
is
going.
actually to make me go.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
cause how you just said, like if I post 4 days in a row and then all of a sudden I don't post, like I got
Right.
COVID so I didn't post for 5 days. I bet there was like 10 people that was like, oh, I see Luke not posting, bro.
Oh,
So,
you slack.
new
You fell
year,
off.
new me. New year, new me. So then it drives me to go because like today
feel
was
that,
one of
yeah.
those days I didn't want to go, but that's when it's not working out and it's more of like a self-discipline. Like I got to make sure even when I'm not feeling it, that's not what
I mean,
it's
Yeah, you
about.
put your face on there. Yep.
I
Yeah.
mean, listen. This is a fact. How you keep that consistency is like really all you got to do is just show up to the gym, do something.
Yep.
It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to be like a full
Just
blown
do it.
hour of workout. You could just do 30 minutes, bro. You know, you can start up slow. Nobody's gonna judge you unless you're that kind
Oh,
of.
when I get back in the
ass.
swing of things, it's like just 10 minutes a day.
Yeah,
And then I
exactly,
go
yeah.
back to like
Yeah,
my
just-
hour and a half long
yeah,
shit.
just
Yeah,
keep-
what's that
keep
one
working
quote
on it.
where it's like it's not the working out that's hardest, it's doing it every day.
Yeah, it's just coming.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just coming through. Same with the studio. It's like just
Yep.
and sometimes you don't. I'm like I don't want to make any fucking music, but you just do it anyway just to get that practice in because you know what work does.
Yeah. Think of the gym as like, you know, as an art form too, man. Like, you know, you're sculpting your body in a way that
Right.
you feel healthy for yourself.
Yo,
And
and
it's
I'm,
the same with any art form too. You know what I'm saying? You're doing something.
You're right, and it's like I'm 23 years old. If I don't get ripped while I'm 20, like I'm gonna wait till I'm 30. Like I'll still look good at 30, but like if I need to
I'm
be
waiting till
in,
30.
I want to at least be at one point in my life where I'm 60 years old, and I can add these
And
pictures of me where I was in
you
my
just
prime.
hard, you know what I
Like
mean?
I don't want to just have this like fucking gut all the time. Like I wanted there to be like at least 4 good years.
Hey,
Like,
least
so I
one
could
good year.
so I'm all like, you see, I was that guy.
I know.
Y'all telling your kids.
Look at me, I'm that fucking guy.
I think we all
Like,
feel
we
this
know,
when,
Dad.
when it's that essence where it's like, no matter what, whether it be the music or working out, it's just like you need a point in your life where you know you really fucking tried.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you can look back at
For
it.
sure.
Like, no, I
At
really
least you
fucking
tried.
tried.
That's what
back
feels
then.
good though. That's
That's what feels
self-discipline.
amazing,
That's
yeah.
self-discipline.
I think
'cause-
every man needs that in their life.
Yeah.
Somewhere
That
you really
discipline,
went
sure.
hard.
Because it's like, even
Yeah.
with music, like, bro, we could not make it ever in my life. And if I had kids, I'd just be, they'd be like, stop fucking playing your music. And I'd be like, no. They're going to think we're fucking dope. All right? Like, I'm all bumping the shit. Like, I mean, like, it's so simple, but we've put in so much heart into what we make.
And
it's
hard
like,
work.
it's already rewarding.
Yep.
So speaking of heart and everything that you're making, so 2021, man, like how
You
did
guys
that-
changed your style
how-
a lot.
Yeah,
you
how
guys are
did-
putting
Yeah.
a lot of unique
Thank you.
spins on everything. Sorry, don't.
Yeah, no. We're kind of going off each other because yeah, you could just keep putting that. But
I know
like,
you've been getting in.
Well, no, yeah, we're both doing the same thing. Yeah, so
Okay, whatever.
My God.
All right, but yeah, so yeah, 2021, y'all went in, y'all
Yeah.
went crazy. Like explain that to us, man. Like I know y'all dropped a lot of fucking
Yeah.
songs.
And I know when
some of my favorite bangers that I still
Thank
have on
you,
my
thank
playlist.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no,
God.
it's all shout out to Bozzy, bro. Like last year was the first year we locked in with him for real, and last year we did probably upwards of 50 songs with Bozzy.
Jesus.
So we just dropped a few of them. Like we got most of our shit still ready. Like
Facts.
we worked so hard with Bozzy last year that we have enough music to drop
So,
for years.
yeah,
but
literally.
but that's like what you're saying though. That's just us putting shots up in the gym. Like that's just
And-
us practicing, honing in, finding what's good, what doesn't work. And I feel like we did a good job at that.
And it's like how he said, it's all shots in the gym. Every time we go there, sometimes there's a track we like less. Like there was 8 tracks that made it on our trash list,
Facts.
you know, already. And we're constantly changing and improving, like on a high speed. So it's like next time we go in the studio, we might record 4 songs and trash 1. You know, and be like, okay, that one's a little old now. Like, let's minimize our list because it's like we're always moving at this high speed. But we just drop what we like, we drop what we want, and it's just
Yeah, and also
always
the style.
we always. And it's like what would you say your favorite song was though?
I like One Less Lonely Mind.
Yeah.
What was
I
your
love
favorite?
that song.
That
What was
is
your
by
favorite
far my
song
favorite.
since?
I think it has to be One Less Lonely Mind, bro. That
And
one
see-
was just so like.
And I would actually put One Less Lonely Mind as one of my top ones too. There's a few that I'd like put up there, but it would actually be like One Less Lonely Mind, Voicemail, and just a couple others. And it's
Voicemail
actually
is
all of
beautiful.
our like I actually like our aggressive shit. But it's funny when you put so much work into something. Like One Less Lonely Mind was such a concept that like at first I was so happy about, and we just like pulled it off so smooth. We worked with JK, shout out. We worked
Yup.
with Abasto Co.
Shout out. Yeah.
We worked with Masterpiece
Man, fuck this, I
Studios.
wasn't part
Shout
of
out.
that.
You know, and it's just like in between all those moving parts, and we worked with a young, talented model named Bella McKinn.
Shout out to
Thank you for
Yep.
coming and shooting with us. It was
Oh,
awesome.
that was the pictures. Yeah.
And it's like with just that huge collaboration, we actually didn't even get a video for that because we were trying to get it out at a certain time. And we were like, oh, it doesn't need a video. And it actually still was one of our favorites just because of all the moving parts. It felt more rewarding. Like songs like we love Goofy. Like we did Goofy and we did a couple more aggressive ones. But those ones, it's like even though we got bars for days, it's all kind of like our more ignorant shit.
Yeah, because like I feel like since One Less Lonely Mind, it's like you guys have kind of shifted your music.
Yes,
towards
I
that.
was actually
Yeah.
about to say that too, because again, when I helped y'all like with that project too, and then I listened to the song, I was like, yo, this is something else. And
Did
from
I
there-
send you the songs?
Yeah.
I sent you all 9?
Yeah, you sent me all. You sent me all the new. Yeah, you sent me all the new
Hey,
ones.
good.
But what I'm saying is like since that point, like after that, I swear to God, like
Yeah.
just back to back to back, I was like, yo, what the hell
Yeah.
is going
Well,
on?
if I could say something, like the crazy thing about last year was it was really like such like a detrimental thing for all of us, because I know for one, like for me, you know what I mean? Like I've always been like my entire like rap career, right? I've always been like so subjected to, you know what I mean? Machine gun flows, like, oh, I got the hardest bars, like I can do this, blah, blah, I can do that. And then like, you know, Owen, he just has beautiful melodies. You know what I mean? Shout out Owen. Shout out OD.
Owen's been really like since last year, since Zelda came.
And that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying, right? So like it really brought me and Luke to this like edge where we were like, all right, well, let's
We
see
gotta
what
start
we
singing and
can,
shit.
let's see what we can do with our
Oh,
voices.
I was about to
Yeah.
say, you didn't send me the songs, but you sent me the names of each song, so I know the names, but I don't have the actual songs.
What?
Yeah, that I know of.
No, anyways, like
Is that
facts.
from the 333?
Yeah.
We're totally off topic here.
Oh, yeah.
But no, I only have at least that I know of. Or maybe
I'm
you
gonna have
did.
to send
double
those.
check on that. Double check. I'm
We'll
gonna double
send
check
them
on that.
through.
We're gonna have to
Yeah.
play those after this
Yeah.
too.
But no,
Yeah.
like, you know, I remember the first time that I like really tried, and it was with Stu J.
Yeah,
Shout out
that's what I'm
Stu
saying.
J.
I was like,
Shout out Stu
like,
J.
yo, do it.
And
shit.
yeah, no, like, you know, that was us experimenting and
Yeah.
everything. That was like one of my favorite moments. That was a
I know you were
highlight.
getting hyped too. You're like,
Bro,
oh,
no,
fucking
not
get
even that.
shit.
Not even for myself. Like
Yeah.
seeing you work, bro, in the studio is awesome.
That was beautiful,
You brought
yeah.
out the
Oh,
little
thank you.
keyboard on your phone. You're all like,
Bro, that's
bing,
Bing. Everybody calls me out for that when I start pulling out the phone and start
Bro,
playing the piano.
No, but it was dope
Oh,
though.
man,
We'll
I'm
see, and it's
hey,
like-
you showing people up like that.
And it's like coming from Tahoe, how we were just alone. And then there was a few homies that wanted to spit here and there, but it was like just us. Like there wasn't a lot of experimenting,
Right.
you know, with other people. So it's like when we get around other people, we love to learn. Like ever since we were
Likewise.
kids, we always loved to
You
learn.
don't want to be the
There's
smartest
sometimes we
person in the
weren't
room.
ready to learn, but we always like how you said he would get excited.
Yeah,
Like
he
when
was-
I
yeah.
learn something and I'm all sitting there and I'm like when two things click finally that were supposed to be way simpler
Yeah.
than I was making it, I'm all like, yo, what the fuck? I'm like, that's like one of the most rewarding feelings I can have.
It was rewarding watching you guys. It's like you guys are like,
Thank you,
oh,
bro.
shit, we're trying some shit.
Yeah.
And
like
it
that's
was
the
cool.
beautiful thing
Yeah.
about music.
It was cool for you too because it was like a lot of people are scared to work with a group of three
Yep.
because they're like, yo, how
You
is
don't know
like,
where it's gonna go.
dynamic-
how
Yeah,
is
you
the
don't know where
dynamic
it's
gonna go?
go.
We can
Yeah.
float on anything though. Like
Mhm.
if you give us one verse, we'll each get 4 bars of that 12 bar.
No, that's what I
verse.
love about you guys as a group is like you got 3 different minds going on and y'all are willing
Yeah.
to like let's just try some shit.
And
See
the
what
thing that
works.
really
Yeah.
helps us out is like we're not very greedy. Like when you guys were asking us, do we ever have like problems with each other, like deciding things? Very rarely, because it's like there will be times One Less Lonely Mind. That's one of my favorite songs. I have 4 bars in that song, like
Yep.
4 bars.
That is
Like I
very
have songs
true.
where I have 36 bars.
Some of the best 4
And
bars
it's like
ever.
some of my best 36 bars ever, you know? But like for some reason I just love those 4 bars and Evan has 36 and Owen has 36 plus the chorus and it's like but just we know how to play our part,
Yep.
you know? Like I was sitting there and I'm like even though I would want a 3rd verse, I think it actually adds like
that's the
that just
thing,
that
too.
little
Well,
part like even though
salsa in there.
even though I'd want more, I knew I was like it's not right though. I don't feel it. I was like I feel
Nah,
it.
and
is.
there's songs too where you know what I mean. Like
Where he'll have 8.
they'll
And I'll have 12.
too be like, oh, you need to hop on this, and I'll hear the song and be like, bro, this is fucking amazing, just you guys, and like you know,
But that's not how it goes.
yeah, and we don't struggle with that. It's like you know we are a group, so we are gonna release shit as a group. You know what I mean? Like this solo project thing that we're gonna do, it's not like a solo project. It's our name, but it's like
Combined
3.
solo project.
You know,
And
what
we'll
I mean?
talk
It's-
about that because there's a whole reason why
Yeah.
we're doing
No,
that
yeah,
too.
we're definitely getting into
But
that.
you know, like even though I still will hop on that, like there's times where I'm like, damn, like these two just made a classic. Like
My
you know what I
dad's
mean?
calling.
Better pick it
You
up.
wanna
I'm
answer?
gonna
Go
pick
for
it
go
up.
for it, yeah.
Hey, I gotta go pee, so
Yeah,
have fun with that,
yeah,
bro.
yeah,
Tell
well,
your
yeah,
dad
we
I
can
said
have an
hi.
We'll
intermission.
go for it. We'll have intermission.
Have a little
Intermission.
What's up?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, everybody got to do something.
Yeah, intermission part.
Yeah, shit. No, it's been going pretty well. Yeah,
You see that little clip? Just
What
twist
does?
it, like pull and twist. Yeah. And then it should come out.
It's not dry.
All right, I'm coming over there.
Can you hear me? I'm in
You good,
Reno
Jimbo?
right now. We're doing a podcast.
All right. Get ready to ask my hot questions.
Yep, it will be the one that we wanted to get 2
about that
interviews
time.
done before the tape.
About that time to
So
put
this is
pressure
the
on.
first one. It happened
Because
to
I wanted to ask about the dynamic. That was the big thing I wanted to take away.
I want to apply some pressure.
How was your day? You've been working on your tape. Been working on the podcast.
He's been working on that. Wow.
He's about to make me
No,
feel.
too. No.
He's trying to make me feel bad for these questions I'm about to ask.
Good, you should feel bad. No, straight up, like Bonds.
Yo,
I know.
so literally
Bond
when-
Snip
so I
2
got
years
sick,
ago.
and it was
I would have got
so
like
I was at
600
home
by
for like
now and
5
like
or
had
6
like
days.
100 likes on
So
that.
I
shit.
was like, man, what do I
You know,
do?
it's not
Like,
it's like the
music,
system's not the
like,
same
what do I
anymore.
post? But I wasn't feeling good enough to like spit
getting
on
ready
the
for
bars
some
in front of the camera. So I just did one of those like stupid reels.
Oh, he's about to apply some
shit.
pressure.
Look, 73.4K.
It's about
But
to-
look, so out of all the
stretch
shit
his
I
knees.
posted, it's just me
You ain't shit yet?
moving my head left
Go to the
and
bathroom,
right, bro.
motherfucker. Damn.
And it just like I don't say one word.
That's
bro.
so weird.
People,
And people are just eating it up.
It's been hours.
609 likes.
It's been
That's
hours
crazy.
since you said that.
I was like, I should have been playing my music, bro. Like behind
Yeah,
me,
you
know, like
should.
in the background.
It's weird.
real life.
You should do that.
Thought we got here like 6 something.
You guys got here at 6:30, basically.
Hey, motherfucker, take some laxatives or something. God damn, boy. Take some prune juice. I got hella prune juice. I got hella prune juice. No, that shit worked though.
All right, don't worry. We're gonna go on for like another 30, and then I think we should be all right.
Yeah, this is where
Make it another
Jimmy
hour.
starts talking more.
We could be
2
here all
hours.
night if we
That's why I
had
start
2
talking
hours.
shit, you know.
This is where it gets intense and Jimmy starts saying some shit.
Is it running?
He goes, honestly, fuck all y'all.
Honestly,
Honestly,
I fucking hate you guys.
I got my opinion about every
I
single
would
one,
too.
dog.
Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna clap again. And now we're back from intermission.
Hello.
And
And
oh, yeah, everybody gets
hello,
a-
we're back in the Blueprint podcast.
I wanna see-
Castaways.
Before we continue, before we get to whatever you're about to ask, I do wanna, since we're back from intermission, everybody got their thing, whatever. Shit, I don't even know where the hell we're at. But so going past 2021, we're now in 2022.
Yes, sir.
Looking forward into you guys just dropped the song, or y'all just dropped the song.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
I love the promotion you guys
Yes.
are doing.
Thank you.
I like
Hey.
that post where the
Thank
3
you.
different versions of y'all with the blurred face. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
that shit.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome.
That was
That's
Cass's
awesome.
idea.
That's
Yes.
our latest single, Love
That's
in the
hard.
Back.
There's a lot of style
the
now
bands.
that I feel like.
Yes.
the
And these are
whole
all solo
promo.
tracks, right?
No, so that's gonna be the tape, but this our last single that we just
Was all
dropped
three
was
of us.
a regular, all 3 of us, and got me on the chorus, all of us on a verse. It's 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yo, the cover art was fantastic.
Thank you.
Cover art.
When I saw it, I was like, yo, what the? I mean, I think I saw y'all had
DIY in the Subaru.
Yeah,
Yep.
DIY. Balloons
Yeah,
bought at
that's
Party
beautiful.
City. They treated me like trash.
You-
It's all good though, baby.
It's called Love in
You
the
with
Back,
that
right?
sick haircut.
Love in
you
the
know what I'm
Back,
saying?
yeah.
With my coconut bowl
The
haircut.
Yumi haircut.
Just
Hit
so
my
good.
line 530-448.
That's
Yeah,
another
a
thing
lot
I
of
was
style
saying.
two.
going on, dude. Like,
Jesus.
and it's like you guys are like coming in your own style and also allowing each one of you to have space.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little
That's what-
breathing room.
Yeah, it's like that dynamic we've been talking about. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, we're all gonna do our own thing, but also as a group, and now it's really showing.
Yeah.
And that was another time where you remember I was saying like how me and Luke were like, hearing him come with the melodies and stuff. So we were like, okay, let's try something like that. I remember when Luke came to us with that concept, like, meet me in the bands, like, bro, love in the back. We
So
were
actually
like,
that
oh my
part,
God.
so I had Bozzy make a custom beat because in my head when I was at work all day I was just writing a cappella. Like I was just like, because he has the melodies. We were talking about OD. He comes with
Yep,
the melodies. So
he
I was
does.
all thinking, I was like, man, it's hard for me to write melodies. I was like, maybe I'll try to do it without a beat and then create a beat after since I haven't tried that yet. So I was like, all right, let's do that. So I came up with this whole chorus, and then I went to Bozzy and had to make the beat, but I had to make the beat slower or a little bit faster than when I was actually
what you
singing.
thought, okay.
So I was at a faster BPM now, so few parts didn't make sense anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So then there was this little gap where I was like, what the fuck do I do? And I was all thinking, I'm like, what do I usually not do? And I was like, I'm gonna let the beat breathe heavily. Like I'm not gonna bar out like how I was. So then that's where the me in the band,
Yeah.
love in the back,
Love in the back.
yeah, we friends. But yeah, so because it was just like fun. It felt more inviting than like what I even did have written. So it actually came by accident. But after that, and then Owen laid his down and Evan laid his down, and we just had a banger. And that was actually probably like, if we're being honest, 8 months ago.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I was about to say too, like you were asking after One Less Lonely Mind, our style kind of switch, and that's just like a lot of our music we're sitting on is kind of that sound because that's what we created with Bozzy over the last year.
You know what hits.
Yeah, and honestly, it just seems like y'all are just experimenting and just trying different things. You know, like you said, you were just like at work, just like, you know, trying something different. You know what? I'm gonna go into this doing something a little bit different.
Yeah, you never want to get too caught up in your ways as a musician just because.
And we're each super confident in our style.
Exactly.
So it's like even when we're trying something new, it's like not all of it's gonna work, and we're okay with that.
And I appreciate that both of y'all said it's like, oh, I ain't got all the melodies, but y'all are still willing to try to sing.
Yeah, and it's fun too. It's fun, dude.
And see, we all got melodies and we all got bars. We also, how I said, know how to play our part though. Like Owen, OD comes with a super hot melody and a chorus on a Bay Area type track. Me and Evan are gonna bar out. We're not gonna sing.
Bar out, bar out.
But if it's a One Less Lonely Mind type beat, then we're probably gonna try to match that melodic, kind of slower pace.
It's so fun too sometimes when we're in the studio.
And we always have fun.
And you know,
I was about to say, I see Bozzy's like stories. I'm like, y'all seem like having fun.
That's
Like, where's the
hella
invite
fun,
for
bro.
these?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I know, we need that.
We'll be,
Jesus.
I'll be barring out, right? I'll be barring out, whatever, boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, something's not right, guys. Something's not right. And they're like, it's just so dope because every time, you know, it always seems like, you know, like,
I thought there was a pen, like an actual.
Owen's got the missing link to me, or like Luke's got the missing link. So he'll be like, oh, try a melody, or try to do it like this, blah, blah, blah. And then I'll do it, and then it'll be like, holy shit. Or, well, you know, it's all the same, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And the same with Bozzy.
You guys
like,
give each other pointers.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's times
That's
where
nice.
I've been with Bozzy, just me and him, and I can't get a part down. And he's like, bro, shut the fuck up. He's like, you got this shit. Just do it like this.
That sounds like
And I'm
Bozzy.
like, oh, bet. And then I'll do it, and we're like, oh, you know what I mean?
No, that's
So-
why I started going to Bozzy because of, you know, how
How he treats
involved
you.
he is.
Yeah.
Bozzy's
Well, he's
fucking dope.
he's learned to treat me with more disrespect over the time.
Bozzy
because
knows his
Fucking
place with
Bozzy
me.
will bubble.
I don't
And he cares.
I don't like all that positivity. You know, I want people to tell me I'm ass.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I couldn't do this.
Oh, right.
Sure.
Be like,
Yeah, buddy. No,
be
he's
like,
like,
yo,
fuck that.
you doing great.
But that's where people got it
killing it.
twisted though. We're our own worst critics at the same
Yeah.
time. If he comes with some weak, I'm gonna tell his ass
That's
like
the
that.
thing.
Exactly.
We can take critique. Like, so like if you come to the table and you say something and I feel like you're right, I might not tell you, but I'll know you're right though. I'll know you're right. No, but I will tell you. But I'll go with that. Like I'll be like, you know, he thinks I should sing right here. I actually do think that's a good idea, so I'm gonna try it. You know, fuck it.
So-
but if I do have my own opinion, so if you're all trying to tell me, like, I think you should do this in 2 separate breaths, and I'm hella confident in my one breath, I'm gonna be telling you, okay, that sounds good, and then I'll go in there and do it in one breath still, because at the end of the day, I'm making my music. But how I say, when people come to the table with a good idea, we love to learn.
Yep.
So it's like we always are willing to take a little information from someone.
So speaking of critiques,
I was gonna say it.
what a
All
great
right.
segue. I want to hear you rap more. I don't like it when you sing. That's part of the reason why I don't
Who?
listen. You,
Who?
you, Kasper,
Oh, okay.
Kasper.
Okay.
I don't like it when you sing that well. I don't think you're that good at it. I think you sing really nasally. But your rap voice, your voice is built for fucking rapping. I would love to hear you bar up a lot more, and I look forward to that from you if you do decide to do that more in the future. You know,
Yeah. All I have to say is just wait for our music coming out,
Facts.
yeah.
because I bar out on a lot of them. And
That's
I
the
sing
thing,
on a
though.
lot of them
'Cause I
too.
would love-
And
I would love
I
to hear you
sing on
bar.
a lot of them too. So I can't wait for you to
Yeah.
hear both of them.
So
Because
I
I
can't
listen
wait
to
to
him. I listen to him.
How I
you know.
said, these songs are kind of old that we're dropping.
You're gonna hear some
But-
shit where this man is like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
But
'Cause
personally, I like my singing voice.
I've listened to y'all's music. I ain't gonna judge you off of, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna listen to y'all's music. I'm gonna judge it afterwards, right? So I'm not just going in blind. I've listened to the music.
Yeah.
I don't like your singing voice. That's my personal opinion. I think you should rap more because you have a phenomenal voice for rap. If I had your voice,
does, though.
I'd be rapping all over the place.
But do you
You know
know
what I'm
my
saying?
rapping tracks
Right. I was
that
about
I
to
release
say.
throughout the year?
So-
Because I do release those.
And I've heard them. And I like those more.
But that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah,
That's
But
why
I do like my singing voice,
we do too.
and
But
I think you will once you hear a lot of these new tracks.
I
that
think
we're
when
gonna
it comes
drop.
to your singing, you try to go too high. You know what I'm saying?
What I think it is that I was learning.
Right, Stu, get in.
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
I
yeah,
was
learning is
learning
great.
because
Exactly.
one,
Yeah, of
the
course.
Love in
You
the
are.
Back, Love in the Back is like one of the first tracks I started
Yeah.
singing on.
Yeah.
How
I
I
mean-
just said I was trying something new because I couldn't write how I wanted to.
Right.
So these next tracks that you're gonna hear that we have dropping that I do sing, I feel like it might change.
That's
your
the thing that's
perception.
beautiful about our group too is if you don't like him singing on a song, there's 70 other songs on our page where he doesn't
Right.
sing.
Yeah.
Bags.
Right.
And for
We
me,
we
I'm
kind of
always-
make it for everyone in that sense.
Tried it.
I'm always a fan of people singing because I used to just be a rapper and not sing. And even though people are like, "Oh, I can't believe that," it's like, yeah, no. There was like 5 years where I was complete ass. So
Right.
like, I'm always down for people like experimenting with their voice and because I believe anybody with the right amount of time has a great voice. Period.
Yeah.
For sure.
Straight up, and I can
putting
see
in that
that in
work.
everybody. So like, you start singing more. Right, motherfucker?
Oh,
like
don't tell
you
him that.
wish you well. You're like,
He goes,
I
"Oh,
was
don't
singing
tell him
on
that."
this.
And
I was
that's
like,
the thing though is like we've been rapping for so long. I think he probably got to the
Bruh.
point where he was like, I need to sing more.
Sometimes
Where
it
you
gets
just get like, where you just get
Well,
bored,
no,
like, barred
yeah.
up and
no,
shit, yeah.
they both know I love to spit.
Yeah.
I'll spit my
And
ass
this fool
off.
can
here's-
spit.
I'll out rap a lot of motherfuckers right under the table, but I like to just do what I want.
yeah.
You know, so
Yo.
it's like, so if I'm in that
That's a very
studio
good
and
point
it
there.
feels like I want to sing, I'm gonna do it. But how I said, I've been learning, like,
Yep.
Yeah.
like this whole COVID thing, like every single thing I've done, every single step I've taken has been learning.
No, and I
And
think
I'm
that's
saying
what
you should be allowed to learn.
Yeah, and I think that's what people, you know, it's totally cool. Like, you obviously you have your opinion. That's
Yeah.
you know, and it's like actually we kind of respect that more than somebody just going up to us at a party
I
going,
love y'all.
bro, I fucking
Yeah.
love your music. Okay, name one
Yeah.
track.
One
name
last
one
line.
track.
Right.
Anything.
For
you know
sure,
what I mean?
for sure.
So, but the thing is like, you know, we try not to get boxed into this fucking thing so much, and a lot of people are hearing. That's the crazy thing. A lot of people are hearing the music that we made
Like
8
a
months
year
ago,
ago,
9
yeah.
months ago,
Yeah.
almost a
That's
year
always how
ago.
it's gonna be
So
now,
it's
yeah.
like, oh shit, like, you know, at that time we didn't feel the same way we feel now.
Right.
You know what I mean? I hear shit from him, from you, and then even from myself where I'm like, I didn't know I had this in me. Like, I didn't know he had that in him. You know what I mean? Whether it's spitting or singing, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. That's just like, you know, that's a cool thing. Like, you
Yeah,
know,
I'll
stay
sing right
tuned,
now.
you know?
I'll sing right
It's
now.
all
dude.
growth. It's always
I mean,
growth.
I
So-
feel like everybody can contest to this. It's like knowing how to sing even a little bit has made you a better artist overall
Right.
in understanding everything.
Yeah.
Right? I know
For
you
sure.
became a way better artist
For
when
sure,
you started singing
for
more.
sure.
I know you've experimented. You're experimenting now. Jimmy's been experimenting on his last project. It's like that's just a part of the pain. It's like you've been using red and blue all
Right.
for
Yeah.
like
So
9
now
years,
you
and
gotta
then you
use
finally use
purple.
yellow. You're
Yeah.
like, oh,
For sure.
you know, and then people are gonna be like, oh man, you don't know how to use yellow. It's like I don't, but we're gonna figure this shit out. You know what I'm saying?
You're willing to get out of that comfort zone. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it sucks when there's people telling you to don't get out of your comfort zone, but you're like, yo, fuck you,
know,
I'll do what I
need,
want.
you need a Jimmy though. You need
Yeah,
a Jimmy.
you
to
do
be like,
need a
I don't
Jimmy.
like
Yeah.
that.
Dude,
But if
we
we're
need
being
that
real,
conflict.
if
We
we're
like
being
that.
real, Jimmy need to sing more too. Oh,
Jimmy-
his shit is all rapping.
You got a deep voice, bro.
No, but for real, for 100, he did in a way agree with me. Like
Yeah.
if you
Yeah,
talk to
technically
me
he did.
personally before we even had this, and you asked me what I think my strong suit is, I'd probably
Rap.
say rapping.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
You know,
sure.
I'd probably be
everybody
like,
feels it, yeah.
I'll probably be like, yeah, I could write
No,
you. I
'cause
was
you
like, I
have
could
a-
write you a strong 32
I'm
right
sure.
now.
I mean-
you have
I mean,
a great voice, and I'm like, yo,
Amazing
that's
voice, I
so
think, yeah.
good for
See,
rap.
and-
I mean, I'm sure everybody
See,
can name their strong suit. You know what I'm saying? As long as you know your strength, you know where your weaknesses are at,
Yeah.
and you know what
Exactly.
to work on.
Yep.
And I always step with confidence.
Exactly.
And that's like why I have a good rap voice. Is because every time I'm hitting the mic, it's with some passion.
It's funny that you guys said that because your guys' new track was EP. You guys both went so hard. Can I just say
Oh my
that?
God.
Like I know this is like our.
Yo, shout out to
whatever, you know what I
ZP,
mean? But
man.
like,
Shout out ZP.
bro, and you know how you're saying like, oh, I used to only rap. Like,
Yeah.
you showed that. Like,
Yeah, facts. That was hard,
yeah.
bro.
I
You guys
mean,
both stepped. In
I
a
still feel like
different
I'm
way.
a little ways from that. I'm gonna start rapping more because everybody just wants me to rap more. So I'm gonna start doing that more. Just
Yeah.
just
Yo,
like
I,
And that's
I
because
thought
of
you
me.
did good on
Like,
ZP.
Good job, Teflon. Good job.
I'm glad that
I like your singing.
Yeah. Jimmy's verse.
I like your singing, Stu.
Jimmy's verse
Thank
on
you.
ZP's was.
Thank you.
Like I told Jimmy,
I love
like, yo,
my
that
singing.
intro was fire.
For real, bro. You guys
Jinx.
both snapped. So like, shout out to y'all for sure.
No,
So-
appreciate
so-
it.
so-
we're
so
we're castaways too.
segueing- Yeah. So continue.
No.
We're the ways
Hey, if
cast.
we're doing personal opinions and all that
Castaways.
shit, if we're doing personal opinions and all that shit,
Go ahead.
my personal opinion about you
Yeah.
is your singing is
Fucking
amazing.
garbage.
No, is amazing. And when I see you at concerts, I want you to look at all the hot bitches right in the eyes
Bro,
more.
and
does.
fucking
Don't
grab their
want-
And
hand.
do
You
this.
need to.
Hey.
Grab
You
their
need
hands,
that.
bro.
He
all
has
that.
before.
All
I mean,
that.
I've
Yes,
done
you
that.
do.
Don't
want
Yes,
to,
you
though.
do.
You
What
have
was it?
to.
It was a.
That's
it was
I
a
saw
fucking-
no.
It's a
just-
good business
The reason
decision.
why I say this is because I went to Trev Stone's concert at the Holland, Night of the Living Dead, and I swear He had one of the most lit performances that night,
bro.
and there was like,
bro.
Yes, I
there
did.
was this,
No,
Bro.
there was this like, just beautiful like chocolate beauty in the crowd, just looking at Stu J with all this. Like if Stu J just looked at her, she would have went home with him.
Okay,
And
if you
I'm
know
like
anything
waiting.
about-
I'm like, look at her, Stu J, look at her.
No, if you know
Yeah.
anything about my music, is I talk about bitches way too much, so that's my problem. That's my crutch in my life. So when I start looking at a bitch, I'm like, I'm about to give it up.
give it up,
Hey,
give it up.
you don't want to do that. You see me do it.
His first show,
Give it up.
I was like cussing him out because he brought a bitch up on stage, and he was like, "Oh, look at me, I'm so cool." He wasn't even rapping anymore. I'm like, "This is your first fucking show."
People
That's
like that
funny.
shit.
I don't like that shit.
I was up there with the bitch. She's pretty much just twerking on me, and I
That's
was
very
like, I'm the
fact.
coolest
That's-
motherfucker.
You just
I hate
forgot
him
that
for
you were
that.
rapping. You're just like,
Gave
oh
it.
my
I just. I
God.
didn't
People
keep
like
it.
that.
right there,
See,
baby.
Damn, bitch.
this is a
Jesus.
respectful to women podcast, just so we're
Yes.
all
Oh,
clear.
Yes.
definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, you know.
Exclude what
There
Jimmy.
are-
Castaways are
They're a great
We
women.
love
respectful to
women.
women.
It's all
Our
about
mothers.
women.
Our mothers are great women.
Exactly.
Great women out
There's
there.
a lot of
Out there.
single mothers out there that don't get the recognition they
Our
deserve.
mothers are great.
Fuck single mothers.
I will segueing back.
I take that back.
All right,
JK's like, yo, let's try to
well,
segue.
segueing back
We'll cut
into
that.
the music.
Yo,
segueing
cut that.
back into the music.
That's a part of the music. You can't- nah,
before,
no.
oh no, it is a part of the
That's
music.
a
I'm just
part of
saying
the
that's why I'm
music.
segueing it into
Oh
the
my
music.
Yeah, let's segue.
I'm responsible for 5 single mothers.
Jeez. All right, so
I am
segueing
not
back
the
into
father.
the music. Yeah, you're not the father.
Luke.
I was segueing back into the music. Before I move on to your project that's coming out in March, I do want to
project.
say one thing that I didn't get a chance to say with One Less Lonely Mind, since we're gonna keep talking about it. I love both y'all parts, but Evan, my God, man, the reason why I love that song so much is because of you.
Yes.
Bro, what?
That verse was crazy.
Oh, thank you, bro.
The way that you basically finish out the song, I was just like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? I was like, this is just so good. I literally just just go back on the song, just right back to when you start your part and just listen
He's
to
back.
it.
Yeah, that's
Right
fucking
back.
love, bro.
Yeah.
That's love. Thank you.
Yeah, dude, you're
Yeah,
welcome.
gassed up.
But so speaking of exactly. So I
Thank
just
you,
lose
bro.
my tongue. But speaking of your project 333, so I know obviously this whole from when we started this conversation with the podcast, like y'all were talking about the three of you doing music together, how you all grew up and everything. But this project, like the little bit that we spoke about it, has y'all separate. Each of y'all have songs
Yep.
just by yourselves.
Yep.
Yeah.
Y'all want to go into that a little bit?
Yes.
Obviously.
So it's a very conceptual project.
Mhm.
We went with the name 333 because a lot of aspects about us are in trios. There's 3 of us. We got 3 voices. We got 3 different parts to play.
That's fucking gangster. I didn't know
So
about that.
we went and made the tape, and we decided a lot of people, Kasper has his own fans.
Mhm.
Sins has some of his own fans. OD has some of his own fans
Yep.
throughout the Castaway page.
Yep.
There's some people that rock with him more than me,
Yep.
and vice versa. And that's just bound to happen. And we support all that. But we'll get people, when we see them, they're like, oh, I wish you would just make a single. Like, we would always get that. So, and we want to make
I'm one
some
of those.
singles. Yeah, right.
I was actually one of those
So
too.
so we all want to make a single. There's always like a feeling like when you have that one beat and you make a perfect verse and there's only one verse left, you're like, damn, maybe I should just finish it off. But personally, I like making music with my brothers more than my singles because it's something that I would never be able to make by myself.
True.
It's almost impossible.
And that circles back to the whole
it makes
fact.
it so that's why we're so special. But we decided to go with that because it's like now we're giving people a taste of each one of our styles separately. So then you get to hear what we're coming up with, our progression and where we're at right now, and you get to hear it all in one. So there's 3 tracks, 3 chapters, 3 people,
3 videos.
3 videos.
3 videos.
That's the cool thing too, is we're all very minimally involved in each other's songs and videos.
I love
Like
that.
Luke helped me with my video, but other than that, it's
And
been-
vice versa.
But at
We've
the
all
end of
came
the
with
day,
our own ideas.
It's all of our own like original work, and I feel like they all
I
stand
can't
out.
wait to see these.
They all
man.
stand out in their own like right. You know what I mean? Where like I'm not gonna say too much, but it's just like I feel like you'll actually be able
You'll
to like
question things. You'll be sitting there
I
in
don't
your
know about
room
that.
asking yourself, is it okay?
This man going a different route.
Jesus.
No, I'm saying like it's it's fucking dope. Like you'll see like okay, like this part was really about his life, and throughout the other parts and shit.
So again, so there's gonna be a huge story between like all three y'all, like each having your own thing. But I think that's personally, I think that's very, very different, at least from what I've seen around here. Like a 3-hour group, but y'all are actually willing to make a project together that has basically the 3 of y'all not together.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Under the name Castaways.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's how I'm like, that's sick. And and again, when people listen to this podcast and people who listen to us that are fans of y'all are gonna be like, yo, that's actually different. Seems different. It'll be interesting to see like how y'all take your music separately. Even though a lot of us, me and Stu included, I've wanted y'all to do separate things because I've always wondered like how would it be all three of y'all doing
Same
something
with
just by
having
yourself?
y'all on my music. I know y'all hit me up. You're like, when are we gonna be on your tracks too? I'm like, it's so like I don't want to do tracks with people unless like I feel like it's right. And you guys are so diverse and so good in your own lanes. It's hard for me to come up with a concept where all three of y'all work that I appreciate. So that's why I'm like, I'd rather have just a song with each one of you.
And that'd be sick.
That'd be sick as fuck. Yeah.
You me.
That
be
would
dope.
be sick.
I feel
But
like
that
would
last
be-
beat you sent us, that was pretty dope.
Yeah, but it's like I never understand how like all three are gonna fit. It's like, okay,
We make it work.
We'll make it work.
That's for us to figure out.
We
but
respect
if it's
that,
on
though.
track with me, I also gotta enjoy it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
facts,
Like,
facts.
I don't like if I feel like it's not cool. I'm like, I don't want y'all to be presented like that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like,
And
I
if
wanna-
you do want to
love.
listen to a song with Castaways and Stu J
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Vamp
we
on
have
all
one.
streaming platforms
Yeah.
today,
There was a
you
lot
can
of
go to
girls in
either
that
one of
track.
our
There is one.
Take
pages,
my time,
and it's
motherfucker.
called Take My Time.
Take my time.
Good song. Also on my track list.
There's a lot of fucking elements in that. Yep.
But yeah,
Good song.
back to 333. We're super excited to release. We're trying to make this our best rollout yet. Even though it's
it feels like it. It feels like
yeah,
it.
and
Yeah.
it's,
Thank you.
we're gonna come with
You've been
everything
teasing it,
we
you've been doing
got.
stuff. I love it.
Yep.
When's the release date? If you want the fans to know.
They can't know yet.
Not yet. All right, we're keeping that silent.
Yo,
Cut
this
it.
But it is in March.
It's in the
because
name.
It's the third month.
Right.
Yep.
It's in the name. A little
So
bit.
If it's not March 3rd, y'all fucked up.
That's for y'all to figure out.
Yeah, March 3rd, 2023.
Right. Yeah, right.
All three.
yeah, y'all gotta wait.
Y'all gotta wait a year, mother.
We're gonna
Making
fall
a
off before we
movie.
put this one out.
Okay, does it sound like we're wrapping up? It almost sound like
Huh?
are we wrapping
Well-
up? No, we got time.
Well, we got a few minutes. Why? You want?
Okay.
We got another question to ask?
no, because it just I was like okay.
Oh,
What
it does feel like that.
I know, because when they're like, okay, it's coming out this and
No,
next
no.
month.
Well, the reason why I was asking is because like we're on the topic. I just wanted to know.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, okay, so
I
like,
kind of know.
okay, so this is this
I
is
just wanna be
it's
everybody
kinda
else
like
doesn't know.
I feel like this project is gonna be you guys as a trio, your big defining moment, not as just like by yourselves, but also as a group. And it's like, is this the main thing you guys gonna work on? Do you have anything after that? I don't want to go
Oh,
that
yeah.
far, and
Oh.
you don't want to say anything.
Yeah. No, we got a lot.
Y'all
we
thinking
got a
steps
So we
Outside,
actually have like a whole rollout year.
Jesus.
So we have
Take
a whole
notes.
bunch. We have a whole
plan.
bunch of stuff that we want to get out afterwards. We already have tracks planned for after 333, but
that are dropping this year.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
But
Damn, that rollout
I want to
game.
do that.
but
Can't do
the
it.
thing is, some of them we might cut depending on the new hot shit that we come out with. But we already got like, probably already have. I have a whole note on my phone called BozPad. Everything we've recorded at Boz's Pad.
We got
yeah.
a trip coming up too. We're gonna go link in with Rob Driscoll. We have a video with him on
Down
our
in
page.
LA.
Bussin'.
Okay.
So we're gonna go down to LA and
Bussin'.
shoot another
We were
video.
using the word
Nice,
bussin'
dude.
before bussin' was a word.
Facts.
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 Check the credentials.
But yeah, we got a lot of stuff we're working on. We're always working. I feel like what makes us stand out is our consistency. So I feel like people won't
I mean,
trip if we drop a project and then we drop 12 more songs.
I was about to say because I do see y'all like
You
I
guys
said
have
y'all
been
do
super
drop
consistent.
a lot.
More than
And the
most
thing is
people,
like
yeah.
the thing is like that just
Yeah,
builds
that's
your
what I always
catalog.
liked about you guys
Yeah.
with the monthly releases
Thank
and
you.
shit like that. You
Like,
guys
like
working.
y'all
I
are
enjoyed
the
that.
most consistent people that I know of that consistently
Yeah,
do this.
definitely up there.
Thank
yeah.
you, bro.
That's why I
We
like our
appreciate that.
music too, because like I'm like when I listen to artists and stuff, like I listen to so many people. I'm not fit into a certain genre. You know what I mean? Like, I like having that diversity of like, okay, they could have dropped like a hot ass fucking album, tape, whatever. You know what I mean? But also, you know, maybe they dropped a few other, and that's what I'm bumping more than the tape. You know what I mean? So obviously, this is like our big thing for right now. You know what I mean? But the following drops are just gonna be as hot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're like we're super excited about the other
Yeah,
songs
yeah.
actually.
Yo,
Yeah,
hey,
and-
I honestly I love seeing the energy from y'all for real though, because I mean like most people are like, yo, I'm just dropping some stuff, but y'all like, my shit's gonna be hot, bro. Dropping that hot.
Well, and it's like we just can't wait because it's like how he said we put everything into it, and it's like when we drop One Less Lonely Mind, we were in the studio that day, you know, like so even though on our phones we're promoting in the studio, we're making the next month, you know, we're all getting more done. Like we
Prepared.
and we don't ever see it as work. Like
Nah.
when I go to my 9 to 5, like that shit's work.
Yeah.
Like I don't like always enjoy being there, but that also is where self-discipline comes in. I need that money, and I'm not trying to do certain things to get other type of money. So it's like
True that.
that's my route right now.
That motivates
and,
you through your workday.
Yeah,
When you
and
get
it's
off,
like
you get
sometimes I don't want to
excited.
be there,
Exactly.
but that's how life is. And one day it motivates me to not be there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, so we just keep going at this music shit. We can't wait to show everyone what we got. It's beautiful. Everyone's
should hire-
evolving.
Y'all should hire me for your rollout plans.
Hey,
Jimmy did have an
hire Jimmy for your rollout plans.
I'm gonna hire him for my rollout plan.
Yeah, he had a good
775.
rollout.
Yeah, an amazing
even,
rollout.
yeah. Even if you don't want to hire Jimmy for rollout plans, I mean, I think
Jimmy rollout
I think,
plans.
I think,
Hey,
I think,
hey, I just wanna say this.
I think Jimmy has good advice for.
I
rollout plans.
just want to say this, Treasy. I know why you tagging me because you stealing my ideas.
It's a good idea.
Hey,
yeah, I mean, he's
Treasy.
basically praising you. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, Treasy's copying the whole visual thing for like 5 days till, and I'm like, I'm so happy.
Hey, I mean,
I'm like, hell
so-
yeah, do that.
I mean, he's had a lot of advice to the people who gave him ideas. Like Jerry gave him that idea too, and I helped him out on it too. So technically, you know,
Did Jerry directly say, "Go look at Jimmy Teflon's page and do what he did"?
I don't think so. I don't think
highly
he said
doubt
that.
it.
I don't think he said
Stole
that.
the idea
I
from
mean, for
me.
all we know, he might have. But I mean, if anything, that's just just praising you about it.
No, yeah, because he's tagging me. I'm
Thank
like, why
you.
is he tagging me? Is it
Because he's thanking you for the.
So you're
idea,
not gonna
bro.
drop no music after your album?
He
No,
shouldn't. But he's
No,
probably
I'm not dropping nothing until 2023 because Money Talks is my album, right? That's what I'm promoting for the rest of the year.
Got you.
That's why I kind of like frowned at you a little bit when you guys were like, I'm gonna drop like fucking more songs after the album. I don't think you should do that, but at the same time, if that's what works for you guys, then that's exactly
It is what we're.
See,
I think-
ours is a
yeah.
mixtape though.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
Well,
not
my
to get
shit's a-
everyone.
well,
Yours is
twisted,
much
this
longer.
Not the first Castaways
mine's a
album.
mixtape too.
Our
I just
first-
say album because it's easier to say.
Yeah, but yours was
Our
what,
first
20 songs?
Castaway-
30 songs.
But like our first Castaways album is gonna be 100% songs with all three of us throughout
Yeah.
the
It should
whole
be.
entire thing.
It should be
'Cause that's
self-titled.
the actual representation.
Should be like.
But
the
this is like a
Castaways.
nice little taste. How I said it's a conceptual mixtape with a little bit of
And-
visuals.
For me,
Yeah.
as like a growing artist, I mean, I fully respect you for like taking the time and shit, but I feel like we have so much to prove as artists still. If we take a whole year off, then what are people
Yeah.
gonna think of us?
And
Like-
also for
Well,
us
it's
too.
not. If I could defend myself a little bit.
No.
no, I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
No,
like,
no, I know
no,
what
yeah,
you're saying.
yeah.
I know what you're saying, but just to like, I guess like bring light to the point of not dropping any new singles out, right?
Just
Right.
bringing your point
So
of view.
when you drop a mixtape that is 20 tracks long,
Yeah.
most people are only going to listen to like the first 10, right? They're not going
fair.
to listen to the second half or anything like that. And another thing is that you need time for that album to breathe. So that's why you put out music videos a lot, and you put a lot of bread behind those
For
music
sure.
videos because there's a song on there that could pop off, but
Yeah.
it just won't. But if you're impatient and you're like, all right, well, the album did all the numbers it's ever going to do. I'm going to keep dropping music. That's an okay mindset to have. But if you're to push videos behind every single one, you're going to treat every song on the album as if it was another single.
Right. Keep the ball rolling.
Because this feels
That is
like
a
it
good
has the
ass
same
concept,
energy.
yeah.
No, that's
Like what's
respectable.
going on.
No, I
Because-
feel that.
I
But how
also
you said
agree.
you got like 22 tracks on there, so like it makes sense to like how you say
Yeah.
go and pick through what you think are like those pieces, or even what some fans think might be those pieces, and
Yeah.
go make a video, put a little bank into it, and boom, see where that goes.
Yeah.
But for us, that's what we're doing.
Yeah,
we're
when
gonna
it's
have,
like-
we're gonna
when
have
it's like
3
9
videos
tracks, yeah.
for the tape. So we're gonna drop the tape with a video. Wait a little bit, drop another video, wait a little bit, drop another video, and then we're gonna get to our next stages. Because it is we just are giving people that taste because we get a lot of people asking us for singles. So they're all like, yo, will you make a single? And it's like, I actually like making songs with my homies. But then I was like, okay, well, how can we put singles in a form of a group?
That represents.
And
the
I was
video.
thinking,
Yeah.
well, if we have it under one album, one little mixtape.
Hey, at least you guys didn't do what the Migos did, dropping like whole ass fucking albums.
That's
you
insane.
know.
I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, like I said, I think it's just. I think when we were speaking about it last time, like I thought it was just a brilliant idea in general, just for y'all to go that
Yes.
route because
Yeah.
like people are asking for y'all singles, y'all giving it to them, but in like fold, like
Yeah.
in one.
It's
single.
our longest project too. Typically, we stick to 5 songs
Yeah.
on a project just because
If
we're
it's not
not
the
that
album.
big yet.
And the attention span, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and we want every song to hit. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
9 songs, I stick
guy.
with 3 for each of us. I feel like that's the
And it's
energy
like, here's your
switching enough.
serving.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
like
here, take the
here's
plate.
3 songs
Yeah.
from each of us. You decide if you like OD, Sins, or me better, and you fucking binge those 3.
Yeah,
Sampler
actually,
project.
I was gonna say that's gonna be like one hell of a debate too. Like, oh man, like which one of these 3?
That shit's
who
fun.
has-
Let's do
No,
it right
and catch
now.
us on
Hold
Triller.
on.
We're
Hold on.
actually gonna
Let's-
fight each other on Triller August 28th.
Hold on, let's do this right now. All right, let's do this right. John, who's your favorite out of all 3 of them?
Oh man, I already said it. I kind of already hinted it.
It's Luke.
Sins.
Oh, Sins.
Ooh,
Thank you,
What
bro.
about
very
you? Still?
deserving.
Love.
What about you still?
And it's not just because he's Hispanic too. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I was about to say.
Brotherhood.
It's a brotherhood.
Mi compa.
That's what we do.
What about you still?
Sins.
Sins.
Hey,
I wanna
love.
say that,
It's
man.
love.
Hey, that's
Nah.
love.
I honestly thought you were gonna be like OD because you both are like
No,
nah, nah,
no,
nah.
man. I love y'all like in different
Yeah.
ways though.
Yeah,
He's
for sure.
raw.
That's why it's hard to like be like,
Yeah,
which one's your
it-
favorite?
yeah.
I'm like,
But that's what's beautiful
It is
about our
tough.
group.
Hey, Jimmy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
He's
wanna
like,
hear this.
hold on.
I want to hear this.
I want to hear
fuck
this
up.
shit.
Before
Don't
we
give-
start replying,
Odie's the most consistent between the 2 of
in terms
you.
of sound, yeah.
So I like Odie most.
Appreciate
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I think with his melodies is good. I think you need to work on finding your range a little better because
Facts.
sometimes you get a little like too high. You know, I
Yeah.
think because you have a lot of bass in your voice.
Uh-huh.
If you work with that bass, it's fucking
Yeah.
beautiful.
Says a
Like,
motherfucker who don't sing.
like the hook for slide.
Get
Yeah.
his
I
ass.
was
I'm a
gonna say, you gave
motherfucker.
him-
I'm a,
yeah, I
I'm
was
a
gonna-
motherfucker
yeah.
that don't sing, so I work with my bass.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
his
say. I
ass.
think because you gave him praise when you heard Slide, right? You were like,
Yeah.
you were giving him praise.
The
I was
hook
like,
on
yeah.
slide is great.
Crazy.
What was that one song? Nonstop. There's issues with that hook that I don't like.
what song? Which one?
Nonstop. Is it called Nonstop?
No.
Fuck.
Epic fail.
The cover's the ring.
Oh, effortless.
Oh, effortless.
Yeah. I have some issues with that hook and stuff like that.
That's fine. That one's of like a weirder beat.
We
for
tried-
me.
Yeah, everyone got
was
an
a little, It was a
opinion.
little
Yeah.
weird. It was still a solid. It was
It's
still
not that it was weird. Everyone got an opinion because that
No,
shit's
yeah.
hot.
It was in
But
between. though.
Effortless is hot.
That's still love.
It's
though,
still a
off the
solid
y'all.
hook,
But,
but
yeah.
it's just
yeah.
like a little weird spots.
There ain't even a hook in Effortless.
Wait, can I
Yeah,
do,
there
can I
you
do
go.
this real quick?
Yeah.
A fucking voice, emotion, melody.
Yeah. See,
That's how I feel about it.
I was gonna say too. You could break
Well, and
it
check
all
it.
apart. It's like
That's
you
how I
got.
feel.
Yeah,
Well, and Checky, I'm my biggest fan. And
And you
critic.
should
as
be
you
your
should
biggest
And
fan.
critic.
As you should
You should
be.
be.
But
Yeah, you should
I'm
be.
going to say right now, both of them deserve that praise,
Yeah.
especially Evan, because how you just said, I don't even know if you're even thinking about it that hard, but you said voice,
Emotion.
emotion, and melody, right? Is that what you
Yeah.
said?
Yeah.
Well, Evan, he definitely got the most emotion. That's why he was the
That's- yeah,
first
that's-
one. That's
I
why he
feel.
was the first one writing.
Yeah. See,
No, and it's all natural. It's not like he's sitting there trying to. He has been through the most out of almost anyone I've ever known, and this kid always. He went through the hardest week of his life, the hardest day of his life, and then he came and performed at the end of it. We went on stage and performed,
Yep.
and you know who did the best out of every single person? Him.
Yeah.
Bro, you know, like just to speak on that a little bit, like
He's like,
You
I know
know-
I'm the greatest.
no.
It's like, listen, all
I
that
just want to say
praise
that I
aside,
am the best.
I'm goat.
You know, this is also like to like a lot of the fans and shit, like whoever is listening, whoever is fans of us, like I know I've been hella distant, you know what I mean, and shit like that. I've been
Yeah,
trying
that was
to.
actually a question of mine. It's like,
Yeah,
why aren't you
yeah.
ever around?
Oh, for sure. And I
Never
and I
there.
under-
You're like,
I
you're like my father.
understand
You're just
that.
never around.
Close the door
and,
on
and
that.
look, I understand that and shit, you know what I mean? And for a while, I beat myself up about that, you know what I mean? But I think right now, like, for sure, I could definitely do better on social media and shit. But, like, for my music, myself, my music is what is going to speak to you. And whether it does or it doesn't matter to me. It's whoever feels me, you know what I mean? And so that's really what I'm trying to go for.
Yeah.
I am going to be more present, but, like, you know, I got my brothers, and I love when, you know, people reach out and shit to me, you know what I mean? But, like, at the end of the day, it's about these two. You know what I
Always.
mean?
Yeah.
Well,
Always.
when Sins ain't there, I'm a representation of us.
Yeah.
Right.
When I roll around on my day-to-day schedule, if I go around and I fuck someone's bitch on some like lame, no, not even on no cool shit, on some lame ass wild shit, like just not giving a fuck about no one, it goes on the record like we're always together. They're gonna be thinking fuck Castaways, like it's not gonna be just me. There's repercussions where I step, you know.
Yeah.
There's a ripple effect,
Yeah,
and it's
you-
like
you
when
represent the
Evan ain't
three.
there, me and Owen are representations of Castaways.
Yep.
When Evan and Owen
Evan-
ain't
Evan?
there, yeah, I'm a representation, and vice versa. OD's representation for me, and it's like, so we're never slacking.
And it's
Someone-
cool that
and
2
went
out of
through the
y'all.
most.
Facts. It's cool that 2 out of the 3 y'all picked him because he's probably the least present on social media.
I just
but-
want to.
But yeah, that just shows that his
I'm
music
Batman,
speaks.
motherfucker. You don't need to see me, but I'm there. He's the night. I am the Dark
Yeah,
Knight.
but his words speak
Hey.
volumes.
Yeah,
I
no.
just want to say this too. None of you guys are bad, right?
Thank
You're
you.
not
Yeah.
Yeah.
bad.
That's
I was
artists.
about to say the same
Right.
thing too.
Because it's just like different colors. It's
Yeah.
like blue, fucking
Yeah, yeah.
Totally.
red. It's
Yeah,
like
no,
different
none of you
colors,
guys are
know?
bad artists by any means.
Yeah, I'm
you know
sure.
what I mean?
Yeah, I'm sure all y'all like have your own
Earth,
sort of
Wind,
fans.
Fire. You know,
But-
it's like
My
but-
first brother Asian, my second brother Cuban. I put that on facts.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
for me, like Evan is. For me, I'm just a lot of like the music that I listen to like lately is a lot of people with emotion, and that's why like I fuck with Sins the most because of that emotion. It doesn't mean that I don't fuck with both y'all at all. Like I love all three of y'all. But
Bro, I
with
fuck
Evan,
with
like,
Odie
when
because-
he gets in there,
Hey.
I'm like Jesus.
That's respect.
I fucks with Odie because I think it was like 2000. It was when we were shooting the LaRue video.
Mhm.
So when was that?
19.
That was like 19, right?
Yeah.
You would drop this freestyle. You was wearing a fucking camo Bape hoodie.
Oh yeah.
And it was one of
Yeah.
the hardest fucking things I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
Shout out
Yeah.
me.
I was
Shout out
hey,
me.
hey, because this is a time in my career where I was jealous of a lot of people. I saw that I'm like, fuck this guy, he's so good.
Thank
That
you.
big buddy go hard.
That was a
For
part
sure.
of a series we did. It was called Rap Like Me Wednesday.
Yeah, that
Every
freestyle-
Wednesday we did a
That shit was
That
freestyle.
fucking
Fun,
freestyle
bro.
was stupid. I was like, bro, he's coming out with the hardest shit. I'm like,
But that
bro.
shit's funny too because like I like seriously like thank you guys for saying that shit and I like
Yeah.
respect that. It's funny because you know how he's like, oh, I'm my biggest fan. Of course I'm my biggest fan, but like honestly, like it's
No,
the
you
same
have to
with-
be your biggest
No,
fan.
but it's the same
especially
with
when
them.
you're
Like,
this-
of course, I love my music and shit, but I listen to these guys' shit like on a daily fucking basis, just going to work, crying to some of these people's music, hyped as fuck, want to rage. You know what I mean? And I just going back to all
No,
the
it's
dynamic
good
thing.
that you guys are your own biggest fans because that's how you make it through this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because when you're an artist, you need to have the most unrealistic expectations of life.
Yeah,
For sure.
And you need to be
Facts.
straight
I know
up
we're gonna
fucking
keep bringing this up
delusional.
every
Yeah,
podcast.
on-
huh?
on
No,
wax,
it's
man.
facts.
It's facts,
It's
though.
on wax, yeah,
On
bro.
wax.
Because fuck that bitch at the bar, dude. How dare she say that shit?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Chill,
bitch.
chill.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
If
there's-
y'all
wax.
missed our last
Yeah.
episode, or what's the first episode?
The first episode.
season
There's
two?
this-
We were
there's
just
this
talking
bitch-
some mad shit about
There's
some-
this bitch
some
at this bar,
shit.
and then she was like,
There was this lady.
there's this fucking
Yeah,
slut.
lady.
All right,
lady,
this woman.
lady.
Woman?
Sorry.
was a piano teacher for 10 years, but
Oh.
she's very skilled.
What a great
But
woman.
she's like, she gave up because she was like, being an artist isn't realistic.
So yeah, that's the point.
But you cannot be realistic if you want to do
No,
this.
all of us
Man.
sitting at this table know that the odds of us
Crazy.
doing what we
Exactly.
think is
Weirdos,
possible
dude.
is
We're
probably
weirdos.
1 to
Gotta
a
do this.
billion.
Nice.
But still,
who
we
else
get
is
up
gonna
every
do
day and live our
Still
dream.
grind, dude.
You have to be
And
the
we do
most
it-
Under our
unrealistic.
eyes.
And how I said we do it because we love it. Like we take our
Exactly.
rollout serious,
Mm-hmm.
but like when we're in the studio, bro, we're having fun, bro.
Bro,
Like,
and
we're,
think about it.
we're
We're
chilling. We're having a good time. The vibe's there. We're bagging on each other.
And that's the
You know?
motivation.
Bro,
We just want to be able to do that every day.
23-year-olds working every single fucking day, just like everyone in this room, slaving away 9 to 5. You know what I mean? Doing what you got to do. But when you're in that studio and you're laying down all that shit that you were like fucking staying up all night writing and shit, you know what I mean? All of that goes away. All of that goes away.
And even though you're turning that 8-hour shift and do a fucking
16,
18-hour
20.
shift,
Fuck me.
and you don't
Yeah.
get no sleep, it's worth it because we
So
got to
worth
still drive to Tahoe after we leave
Yeah.
Reno.
Yeah.
God, I wish I
Respect
could
that.
feel that emotion right now again.
What
I mean, ever
emotion?
since
Nah,
that
nah, don't
emotion,
worry, you will.
that drive,
Oh,
Don't
yeah,
worry,
that
you
drive
will.
to do shit.
Yeah.
Ever since I dropped the album, dude, I've just
Yeah,
been
he lost
depressed.
it.
No, yeah, it's-
Yeah,
yeah,
that was it for Teflon. That was it.
But-
I'm like, I retire. I'm gonna just put on Tommy, and when he gets famous, I'll go with him.
No, but going back to Sins, like in regards to like the social media thing, like get back on there in your own time, man. The social
Yeah,
media can be very
for
like
sure.
toxic and annoying.
No, that's
but I
the
mean,
powerful thing about a
Yeah,
group.
dude, fuck
Yeah, yeah. So the
'Cause
thing
they
is, right?
allow you to just step back, and
Yeah,
then y'all
exactly.
supplement that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was also going to that as well. Like, yeah, you got the other two, like being on social media more than you, and they're kind of bringing that attention. But like me and Stu, like we appreciate like you in that sense, even though we never see you like on Instagram or anything like that.
Yeah.
And the boys are like, yo, I'm like, where Evan at? He's like, he's working.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm
They
like,
pick
and I'm
you
like,
up,
and
they're
I'm
like,
I
no, he
respect
working,
that.
dog.
Yeah.
Don't
yeah, every
think-
time
Nah,
I see
that's
them
what I
too, I'm
love,
like, where's
yeah.
Evan at? And I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
working.
the only
Good.
thing that beats me up is like seeing them, and then when I have to fall back, and I know like right now I'm not gonna talk about what I went through and shit, whatever, but like it is a reason to fall back for a while, but like I'm always beating myself up like, fuck, dude, like I don't want to have to depend on these people, blah, 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 whatever, you know what I mean? It's not like that, and I appreciate everything that they're doing. It just took me a while to figure out, like, you know, maybe I will make a post every now and again, blah, 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 but I really just want my music to speak for everything.
That's what builds.
Honesty,
That's what builds a great artist. So at the end of the day, somebody
Yeah.
who's just like is, hesitant to be on social media as much and just wants to let their art speak for themselves.
Yeah.
That's what makes a great artist at the end of the day. Because I only ever
agree.
post when it's like my music videos.
Yeah.
I'm like,
and that's
here's a
good,
trailer, here's a video,
Yeah.
goodbye. Sometimes I'll post some hentai on my
I only
Twitter, but
post
that's
when the
about it.
picture
I
means
know.
something to
I
me.
only post my
Yeah,
notes.
and we are biggest fans and our biggest critics.
Right.
Like he said, when he's sitting at home, he's all down on himself. But when me and Owen out there doing something, it's not like we feel like he's with us. You know, like we're all like, oh, we're gonna get this done so we can send it to Evan.
Yeah, and
you
y'all
know,
treat
like
it like that.
that's our next step. Like he's always the next step, even if he ain't there, and vice versa.
Yep.
OD was living in Napa for years.
Oh, yeah,
Napa's
yeah,
way
yeah.
farther than Tahoe.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You know what I mean? So it's
And we
like,
still made it
and we
work.
still made that work. Every
Still made
time
it
he
work.
come up, he would record like 6 songs all in one day, you know, and then we would just write to him.
And that's what I respect about the group so much. It's like, even if somebody's gone, it's like, yo, it's not like you guys are like, oh yeah, he ain't working, we're out here with ourselves.
Yeah.
It's like, no, he's there, we're doing the exact same thing, he's gonna come soon.
Yeah.
Just watch, okay?
Yeah, it's unconditional. We always know that each other's gonna bounce back from
Yeah.
whatever we're going through.
Yeah, and you know what? Hopefully, the people that listen to the podcast, are actually getting a sense of who the three of y'all are, and also maybe become fans by listening to it, even if they've known who you are, and also y'all put them on some game on how to work as a team, as a unit.
It's so hard for
Yeah,
people nowadays.
Facts.
Because I know there's definitely got to be people out there who are thinking, man, I can't do this alone. I want to do it with somebody. Well, then this is the
And
blueprint right here. These three.
groups fall in, fall out
Yep.
so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
It's like, can anybody be a group
Well, and
anymore?
with that too, like shout out Tahoe 530. We came up and like sometimes I don't know,
Shout out
like
to
a
the
lot of
530.
people thought like we might have just been dissing on the whole Tahoe scene and whatnot, but like we really want to just do this for them, like show the younger kids coming up like this is possible, like we can do this, like
Yeah, North
You know what
Tahoe,
I mean?
y'all made these cats right here. Remember that?
Facts.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
all love.
It's
And we
all
want to
love,
be
though.
more
It's all
present in
love.
our community, and
Yeah,
that will
for
happen.
sure.
Yeah,
I just
feel
think
you.
a
I feel
little
you on that,
later
man.
in our career, because
Yeah.
right now it's like there's not a lot of love for our scene yet.
yeah,
And I
that's
see
okay.
Reno,
That's okay.
and Reno accepts
Oh my
us
God, love y'all,
almost
Reno.
with full arms.
Just basically open.
And
Literally. Yeah.
and their scene is just starting. Like
Yeah.
when I be walking, I've lived in Tahoe my
That
whole life, so I've been
renaissance.
going to Reno on the weekends my whole life. So it's like I've seen when there was millions of lots next to the mall not filled, and now all those lots are filled. Everything's booming, everything's going up.
Yep.
Midtown's getting more artistic.
Yep.
Downtown's getting more live. And like sometimes that shit stresses me out, but like it shows that the art community is like it's just getting started.
huge.
This is the very beginning.
And y'all are going
Renaissance.
So
crazy.
either you can move somewhere where you think you can go and make it if you got the balls, or you can stay, and if you think you got the shit here and you got that sauce, then it's like you could become a pillar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's too many artists that think they gotta go to like
And
LA.
there's-
Yep.
When
and there's good artists in Reno,
exactly.
man.
There's
Like-
a perfect scene for everyone right here. Like
Yep.
you don't gotta go nowhere.
Yeah, and I didn't mean to side what you were saying. I was just like, when you mentioned Midtown and how it's going, I just gotta, because I grew up in Midtown.
Yeah, he has a place.
Yeah,
Just
that,
thought about
that whole hood is getting
So-
gentrified to hell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Same with our hood though.
Because I grew up on LaRue, and now there's fucking condos worth like 10 times the whole
Bro,
block.
I'm telling you,
I'm like,
you go
bro,
to Tahoe, it's the same exact.
it's fucked
thing,
up
bro, but
because
that's what happens.
because on LaRue, man, I grew up in the lot that they have the condos on. I seen people get stabbed on that lot. Like I've seen fight clubs happen on that lot. You mean to tell me
And now
some-
they're $200,000.
yeah, now you about
See,
to tell
fight
me that like some white family with their fucking chihuahua's gonna move in.
All right,
Maybe
before we
that's
start
like
going
$5,000
deep
a
into
month.
Midtown, though, we're
Yeah.
coming up on time, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just want to say,
Thank y'all, man.
from the three of us,
Thank
we
y'all for
appreciate y'all
showing up.
coming on.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
great time.
This was awesome.
Yeah, so I
Yep.
mean, you already told us what's going on, what's going to be coming on for the rest of this year. What advice do you want to give to anyone who's
Being artists, being in
Yep.
groups,
Mhm.
anything just coming up.
anything that all three of y'all can have a say?
Yeah,
in
all
that,
y'all.
Yeah.
to what it means to y'all.
Yeah, Cavs.
I would just say, like, you're only as weak as your darkest secret. So basically, just stay true to yourself If you're at a crossroads where you think you might do something you regret and then there's another option that's better for you, do the better for you option. Always choose the right path, and that shit will always pay you back correctly.
On wax.
Whatever you
wax.
think, your heart goes.
On wax.
Am I next?
Sam,
Yeah,
yep.
hit it.
Shit, I mean, like, the only advice that I could really give is, like, sometimes it's really hard to go through life and feel like you're going to be okay through all this shit, no matter what you do, rap, blah, 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 whatever, you know what I mean? Just always be yourself. Just always be 100 to yourself and follow through, and always be 100 to other people, because you know, you could live 1,000 lives and you can fake it till you make it, but that's only going to go so far until the bridge runs out, you know what I mean? And I know that might be cryptic or whatever, but like, yeah, just be yourself.
I feel it.
Just be yourself. On wax.
Wax.
Yeah, I'll follow that too. Just be yourself. Like, in this industry, there's a lot of like glorifying like certain lifestyles that might not
100.
fit you,
100.
but at the end of the day, just be yourself, and that's what's going to benefit you the most. Because we come from a small town in California where not a lot of crime and shit happens. Like, we're never trying to say we're from no hood, but like, hopefully people will love us because we're genuine about that, and we have other struggles that we could share with y'all too. But yeah, just be yourself.
Yeah.
On
wax.
wax.
On
On
wax.
wax.
All wax, man.
All right, everybody,
All
you
right,
heard it
then.
here first, okay? This is the
Yep,
Blueprint Podcast, all facts, no caps, on wax.
All wax.
You got OD, you got Sins, and you got Kasper, man. This is the Castaway Clan.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah, yeah.
Blueprint out.
Blueprint out.
I'm going to go take a piss.
I know. I gotta take a piss.
Alright, Teflon, you want to go beat up Cass now in the bathroom? Or?
One of a kind, I was trying to decide if I should really stay another night. Running and running, you got me running around in circles. Honestly, baby, know that I never meant to hurt you. Wondering if I even deserve you. I would stop the whole world if you want to. Play it from the jump, no cap. If you want that gold, I'm about that action. I'm following them, hit my section. Ask some questions about my track shit. You never knew who I is. If you did, you wouldn't be asking. Sometimes I'm down, but I'll always keep that traction. Yeah, so why you even asking? It don't make sense. I play myself, you didn't pay rent. I can grow my hair and talk my shit, change my fit and fuck a new bitch, but it didn't help. Running from the pain and I'm running still. Far away from myself, this is really hell. I can't believe what you said to me when I was bleeding out. This hurts so bad, I wanna die. Talk to my past, I try to cry. Fuck love, fuck you, it was both a lie. And now I'm stuck behind some other guy. What? No more lies, no more time for the other guy. Wrong side, you can play like it's not right. Yeah, it's alright, suicide, I should try, but it's all wrong. Memories on my head, I should make a song. No, go, my lonely, although I'm so not sorry. Don't come back, I'm so happy. But thank you for the things that you taught me. One more lonely mind, I was feeling your vibe, your energy, no lie. One of a kind, I was trying to decide if I should really stay another night. Running and running, you got me running around in circles. Honestly, baby, know that I never meant to hurt you. Wondering if I even deserve you. I would stop the whole world if you want to.